Jam on it.
Eric, Brendan is all bunched up because his team England lost. Now, his mother is actually from England.
Born and raised, bro.
So as Italian as he looks, or as Latin as he looks,
I feel like Eric could be my older brother.
Yeah, you guys could. Like, I swear to God, when I saw you guys walking in, Eric's a big kid. And I thought to myself, you guys could be related.
Right?
You goddamn right.
Like, he's my older brother.
There's a tone underneath there that I don't know if that's a compliment.
I didn't like it either. You know what? I didn't like it either.
There's a condescension that I don't appreciate.
Yeah, I was having fun with it.
No, Eric wouldn't be the athletic one. What Eric would be?
Here we go.
No, Eric would be the wise one, and he'd be your older brother, and he'd go like this. His role would be like this. Hey, come here. Settle down.
Yeah. Jam on it.
Let's take it. Yeah. Eric's a wise dude. And
I'm the moral compass of people's relationship.
Yes. I feel like you're the man who breathes sense into the mob. Like the group is like, let's go rob that bank, let's do it. And all of a sudden you hear Eric go, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on for a second.
I'm the conciliary. I'm Frank from The Godfather. You know what I mean? I'm the one that's like, I'm not a wartime conciliary.
That's right. Those are my favorite guys.
Yeah, I'm the one that's like, wait, let's go talk to him.
Well, when they're going through who they're going to take out, who needs to die because the cops have caught a bunch of them, and then we go and they go, what about Mickey G? And he goes, he's a soldier, a Marine, not a shot he'll turn. And then you go like this. Then again.
That's his role?
Yeah. And we all turn.
Oh, so I'm the one that gets the guy killed. Well, I'm practical.
You're practical.
I'd rather be that. I'd rather be that guy. Right. I'd rather be that guy because when I forget whose show I was doing. Oh, Aubrey Marcus's. He was, if this movie 300, you're like people think you're like a Leonidas. And went, well, you're wrong, sir. I'm the guy with the eye patch who's going to tell everyone's story.
You actually
I don't want to die. I don't want to fight. I want to run back and tell the story.
That's actually, you have the capacity to fight and get deep and dark and dirty. But you're right. You are a guy who I feel like would be more on the, strategic.
I'm like, fellas, you let me know what you want me to say because I'm going to go back to town while you boys fight this war.
Every group has somebody like that. My buddy Larry Mikado, and when we were younger, he would always, like, shit would be going on. Like, dudes would be wrestling high school, throwing shit. Somebody's going to get hit with something, right? Or somebody's going to get flipped on their back and break something, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it'd be all this kind of shit going on. And you'd see Larry, and I swear to God, he was not a big guy. And you'd just see just the top of his eyeglasses. And
he wore glasses?
He'd be behind the couch just watching everything. But he always had a shield.
Crazy Larry?
Always had something, yeah.
You don't meet a lot of Larrys.
Larry Mercado.
That's such an old school name.
It is.
A lot of parents aren't naming their kids Larry.
I never was a fighter. See, it's interesting, you and I, because you are a big guy. So you're 6'4".
Yeah.
You're a big guy, so you've always had to fight. You didn't fight, I'm saying. You didn't have to fight, because when you're a big guy, you don't necessarily fight. Right. But you got into fighting.
Correct.
For me, I'm a big guy, and I've never been in like fights. I've only been in like 3 fights my whole life. Mm-hmm. And it's just because you're like, I don't know if I want to mess with that guy, but
sure,
mess with me.
I feel like that's most people though, right? Like most people haven't been in a ton of fights. Right.
It's also intelligent to avoid fights because there's really actually no upside. This is
what I tell people too. It's like, you're going to beat me up, but guess what? You're going to get hurt because I'm not. You think I'm just going to lay down? My whole thing is like, I'm probably going to get demolished in this situation I'm in right now, but make sure you're ready. You're going to lose an eye.
Bite your nuts.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, I'm Dufresne and what you call it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Dufresne, yeah.
You might get me.
Mouth.
Yeah.
I'm going to bite down.
Yeah.
You might get a couple of, you're going to get me, but guess
I'm
what?
biting that dick off.
Somebody's going home with a vagina.
I'm using my mouth.
But that's probably why you're funny, because I feel like if you can kill him with humor, you can get out of fights.
I'm Mr. like, hey, let's talk about this, But can I tell you a story? One time I was pulling into a 7-Eleven, and this sort of skinhead, biker, bald head guy with the mustache and tattoos all over, I almost hit him. And he looked at me like, he was like, you mother. And I was like, hey, sorry, bro. Sorry, I parked. But when I walked in, he was standing there in line, and he locked eyes with me like...
Awkward.
He locked eyes with me like, oh, I'll kill your black ass, that type of thing. Mm. And I locked eyes back. And in my mind, I was like, don't break eye contact. You cannot break eye contact. Yeah. And like, I was like, oh my God, what if I don't break eye contact? What's going to happen? And then he looked away from me. And as I passed him, I went, oh my God, thank you.
Thank God you broke first.
See, my instinct is to say sorry. I just go sorry.
But I'd already said sorry.
Yeah.
I already had like a,
right.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, another time I almost hit a guy. I was backing up. First of all, I hate pedestrians because they think they own. This is a 3-ton vehicle, bro.
What do you think's gonna happen?
This is gonna kill you.
I know.
So I don't care what the goddamn government says about you have the right of way. You should be looking at what's going on. So the guy was moving. He's a mover, big burly blue collar mover guy. I almost hit him. He slams my car. And he's like, "Watch out!" And he's going on and on. And I said, "Hey, relax. I'm sorry.
There you go.
It's okay.
My bad, man."
But you know what, though? I saw him like go from like he was ready.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's cool, man.
And he's all right.
I didn't. Yeah, he did.
You would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, yes.
Exactly. In the situation, I would have been like, well, why don't you fucking watch where you're going?
Then engage.
Yeah, I just was like, you know what? Chill, bro.
I had that. I had that. I was going down Pacific.
I'm already relaxed when you do that.
Me too.
When you drag out your words.
Relax. Like,
It's fine. No, because by the way, you're a fighter.
I'm not.
But you can handle yourself.
Sure.
You can handle yourself. You're a smart guy, too. You can handle yourself.
He sees me at GloveWorks.
I see him at GloveWorks. He's the only one kicking the shit at GloveWorks, and it's a boxing place. It's like, get out of here, bro.
You're kicking the bag.
He's like the pastry chef, you know what I mean? But we're working on meat today. He's over there, frosting a cake. It's like
I got to use my feet, bro. Like Billy Jack.
But anyways, I feel like when the guys that really can handle themselves, they're not making a bunch of noise.
No, never.
They're not making a bunch of noise. No. I remember remember what's that show that Adam Hunter used to run in Westwood? The brewing company.
Brew House.
The brew company, whatever. So there was this comedian, he's on stage. When I walked into the room, this comedian on stage, Karan, I think that's his name. Anyway, Tehran. No, not Tehran. Another guy.
Great name either way.
Yeah, either way, he was an Indian comedian. Okay. But he's on stage, he's like, fuck you. He's going in on this guy in the crowd. And the guy in the crowd was like, shorter than you, but built, And so they go, Eric, come inside and we need your help. I was like, what am I going to do? Yeah. It's another thing I hate. Just because I'm 6'3", you're going to grab me? It's like, no.
Right.
Find a little muscle guy.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Find a dude who's going to fight.
Yeah, dude, I'm the tech guy. I'm the guy that gets the plane. You know what I mean? I'm not the
guy calls it in, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm back at home base. I'm in the truck going like this. Yeah. Okay, 5 feet ahead of you.
Affirmative.
I'm not Ethan Hunt. I'm the one telling him where to go. But anyway, he's yelling at a guy in the crowd, and it's getting tense. But I walk up to the guy that he's yelling at, and I put my hand on his shoulder just to be like, hey, man, is everything okay? But I felt rock. Oof. Okay? I felt
rock
steel.
And rage.
Like, I felt like but I looked at the guy's face, and he was calm. He had a little smirk on his face.
Oh, shit.
But I knew that this guy could kill everyone in the room.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I said, let me get you a beer, man. The guy comes outside with me. He's like, I don't know what that guy's problem. He's calm. I don't know what the guy's problem was. I said, well, what's up, man? He's like, yeah, I'm a Green Beret, or like he's like,
Jesus Christ.
He's like, I just got back, and I wanted to come have a good time out here. And he just was like, I just thought to myself, it's like, okay, let me explain it like this. I go to GloveWorks now. I'm boxing.
Yeah.
But my little experience with boxing, I already feel like I'm walking around the streets like, I wish somebody would test me.
Say something.
Say something. Like I'm going to get into a fight. Like, in the fight, I'm going to be like, now hold your hands up so I can hit them.
Exactly. That's so true.
Hold your hands up once and then call out my punches.
Call for the combo.
That's what happens.
You know what I mean?
So, a little training goes a long way in your head.
It does. All right,
man.
So knowing that, imagine if you've gone through 5 years of Green Beret training, how you must feel.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. How much you must feel like,
untouchable.
Please test me.
Well, dude, Chris D'Elia at the Comedy Store in the main room. I'm sorry, in the original room.
How long ago?
This was probably 6-7 years ago.
Okay. By the way, I got attacked in an OR, but go on.
So this girl's kind of heckling Chris, but Chris was in a bad mood for another reason. And I've never seen Chris do this, but he was going after the gal in a way that was a little bit like
not Chris way.
Yeah, and also, I noticed that the gentleman sitting next to the young lady was a very wide, athletic, handsome, but rugged man. And you know me.
You clocked him in before you saw the girl.
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
I clock men. I'm borderline attracted to very athletic.
You know what? By the way,
Yeah.
And I know that it's not gay at all.
No.
Well, 3%.
Yeah.
But the point is,
3%.
I'd say
but there's a
30.
point of it I get is because it's like, you've always wanted to be successful.
Yep.
And then you find yourself going like, oh, that guy looks successful.
Yes.
I wonder what he does.
I've always
did
wanted to be
get
a
there.
tough guy.
Or you recognize it
Yes.
too. You recognize
Yeah.
like, ooh, that guy looks tough.
I've always wanted to be a tough guy. So when I see a tough guy,
You're a
I know-
hyena and you see these lions
Yes.
come in, you wish you were a lion.
Correct.
Yes.
So
You're the
this guy-
funny hyena in the corner.
Thank you.
You're the old, malnourished.
Don't say malnourished.
No, I thought we
Well,
were.
right now you do
No,
look a little.
but I do have spots.
You look like little Tom Hanks in Philadelphia right now.
Well, thank you, but in shape. I do have spots.
Well, like
Hyenas-
Castaway in shape. You know what I mean? Like
You're forced
Castaway. You're
Castaway shape.
You're somewhere between Philadelphia and Castaway. Like you're ready to throw a spear and get a fish. You know what I mean? But there's
You're
something going
Castaway
on.
shredded, bro.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Oh shit!
Can we get a sandwich in here? Actually?
Yeah. So
we give him a full rack of
so
ribs.
this guy, so Chris is going bad, and I'm watching this dude, and Chris is naive. He's just naive to male aggression. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is, but I can see that this guy is not having it.
Oh wow.
Guess what? This guy's waiting at the opening at the mouth of the door. Yes. And I walked up to him.
Chris was just killing her with kindness, like
No, he
didn't
was-
call her
no,
bitch.
he was
No,
going-
he was
going
making
in.
pretty nasty.
He was making
going
fun
in.
of her.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was going hard on the pain, and it was a little too hard because he was in a bad mood about
She
something
was
else.
heckling though.
Yeah, a little bit. But then he kind of.
Well, women are the worst hecklers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that go in.
It was. Chris was pushing it, and it's the kind of thing where if I see a guy like that with a girl,
You'd be like, bro, easy.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
going. There's a limit.
Yeah.
I
Chris was-
immediately start making fun of the guy. Like
Yes,
when I see that,
that's the
I go to
smart
the guy
thing.
and I go, "This is your fault."
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then he starts to because
Not,
it's easy.
not so with Chris. So I go. I said, hey man, don't take that personally. He goes, I do take it personally. And he goes, I do take it personally. And that's a guy who thinks he can get away with a lot of stuff. And I said, I know. Listen to me. Whatever you're thinking about, because I know and I understand as a man, you're trying to stick up for your girl. None of this is worth it, and it's only downside. And then he goes,
Did you go? Because me and
He
my
goes,
friend are gonna stomp you out.
yeah, and I said to him, I go, what did you do? You look like you fight. And he goes, look, I just got back from Iraq, and I got back from Afghanistan.
Bro.
And he goes, and I've done my share, and I'm just trying to have a good time, but I don't like when people, I don't appreciate when people come after my go like that. And I said, and I never got it. You know me, I got to dig now. I go, what'd you do in the military? And he looks at me and he goes, what would you, he goes, what would you guess? That's all he said. He goes, what would you guess? And he just nodded. And I went, I would guess that you are very comfortable in the violent spaces. He goes, and you'd guess right.
So you're gonna kill Chris?
Right.
Or-
And I basically said, brother, let me buy you a drink. And I think I told Chris, but I got that guy away, got him a drink, and got him away from the mall.
Brian,
he was waiting.
I did the same thing for Al Madrigal one night. The first night I ever met Al Madrigal.
I love Al.
He's on stage going in on this dude, all right? And it was like this the guy was a redneck. He was like a legit, So then Al gets off stage, he heads to the booth.
Yeah.
This guy's beelining, right? I stepped in front of the guy, and I stepped in front of Al, and I was, hey, good set, man. I shook his hand. I just kept saying, that was a good set, bro. You did good.
Human shield.
Then I'm looking at him like, this guy behind me is about to kick your ass.
Yeah.
This guy, and the guy, I could tell that the guy, his anger dissipated fast because it does.
Yeah, it
like
does.
anger really, even in the you could
Spur of the moment.
You're in the middle of something, you might be like, oh, I bit off a little more than I could
Yes.
chew. I need to get out of this situation.
Yes, yes.
So I've been there. It's like,
Well, this guy needed
When
to
did you
save
get
face.
you got heck on the OR?
I got attacked in the OR. I got a guy threw a chair at me.
I feel like that's the worst place to have it happen.
Okay,
'cause
so-
small,
all right,
confined,
small, yeah.
everyone can see what's
Dude,
going on.
Well, I wish. Here's something I know for a fact. If you were there that night, this would have been a different situation. Brett Ernst were there that night.
Yep.
Like there was no one there. There was no one there in the crowd
How long ago
to
is
help me.
this?
But this was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So Nick Kroll goes on stage, and this guy in the back is heckling, but in a way that it was like it wasn't good spirited. Okay. So it's going back and forth, and Nick's trying to handle it. What's Nick going to do? You know what I mean? He's a goofy guy, so he's going to handle it the way he handles it. So then I was mad because I'm in the back like, come on, man, what the fuck's going on with this? So then Nick gets off stage, and I go on, and then I'm talking, I'm doing my set a little bit, and this guy says like, he said something, and he said something like, well, I'd say something right now, but I was told I can't say anything anymore. I go black in my comedian head. Okay, I'm red zoning,
Yeah.
and I'm going in on this dude. And I know, first of all, let me backtrack and say this. As a comedian, you're like a fighter. You're like a kung fu expert. Mm-hmm. And if you're in a bar as a kung fu expert and you get into a fight, no matter what the circumstance, you're going to be held accountable.
Correct.
Because you're an expert.
Yeah.
As a comic,
that's your arena.
We are experts at attacking, breaking people down, using our words as weapons. Mm-hmm. That's what I did with this dude.
And he didn't have a weapon. He didn't have a weapon.
And I got the reaction, ultimately, that I wanted.
Yeah.
He beelines through the stage, through the crowd. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, my God.
He's pushing people out of the way. He picks up a chair and he throws it at me. Okay? I blocked the chair. And now I'm like, what is happening? You know what I mean?
Like what?
So I pick up the chair and I throw it back at him, Matt, right? And I'm like, I don't know what's happening, bro, because I'm not a fighter, okay? And Adam Egget comes, he grabs the guy, he's trying to grab him, and the guy's in the front of the stage, and I haul off and I punch him in his jaw.
Oh,
you know?
shit.
Damn,
and I'm like, oh, I've never hit anybody in the face before. Like what happened here is not what happened when I just watched Mission Impossible. 5'7" Tom Cruise punched the guy in the face, and that guy went through a plate glass window.
He's out.
So he's out. I just hit this guy, and I thought, oh my God, this is a situation right now.
That hurt. That's a hurt.
I'm like, damn.
Ow.
I'm like, whoa, bro. And so I hit him again.
Oh, shit.
I didn't see this go in this direction.
No, I hit this motherfucker again.
I didn't either.
I hit him again because I was like, I'm losing it, man. And so now Adam's trying to push the guy out the door, and I jump off the stage. Where's he at? And then Nick Youssef grabs me and he's yelling into my ear and shaking me like this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
And it kind of was there.
But here's what happened.
Well.
Here's what happened. I flipped out of it. And now I'm looking around the room. And I'm seeing people are like scared. They're trying to leave. And then I started to think, hey, there's a show going on. Yep. There's comics about to go up after me. The waitresses aren't going to get tipped. I swear to you, these are all the things that went on my head.
Yeah.
So then I went like, whoa, okay. I went back on stage. I grabbed the mic and I went like this. Everybody sit down, and then everybody's like, oh, okay. I got my principal voice. I used to work with kids. So I know the register you need to be at to make people go, oh, okay. Well, I'm so sorry.
No matter who they are, they
can go, oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. He sits it down.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man.
So everybody sat down. I'm bleeding. My hand's bleeding. You know what I mean? And in my mind, too, I'm thinking, God, this guy almost hit me in my face with this chair. I have to shoot tomorrow. I got an 8 a.m. call time. Now I'm thinking about other shit. So I start talking about it. It's like, why'd you guys let that guy come through the crowd and get me?
Jesus.
Yeah, where were you guys?
I was like, where were you guys?
And you kept going.
Where were you guys?
Bro, I kept going.
And they loved it.
There was a point in my set where I flipped back into my material, got off stage. First time I ever got a standing ovation.
Damn!
Oh, love it.
Dude, I got...
That's a great story.
First time I got a standing ovation, and then I got off stage, and I was like, hell yeah. That's how
Who else wants some? Who else wants some up in here?
Dude.
I wish you would test me.
That's
Who wants some of Biggie?
That's a man shit, and to keep being funny.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister of Turkey got shot in the hand. They tried to assassinate him. Guy shoots him. He gets caught in the hand, gets shot, and finishes his speech.
Well, you're a leader of...
That's what you're supposed to do as a comic?
Yeah, it's a comic.
I mean, you shied one up in his story, and you fucking nosedived.
Well, I'm saying...
This was way better.
I was going to say, you're worthy of the punchline.
President Bush,
you should be running Turkey.
Do you see...
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Do you see when Bush...
I probably could.
You see when Bush, when they threw that shoe at him,
Yes.
it just goes... Anyways.
Bush was cool. And then you know what it was? Because you're shocked in that moment.
Yeah.
You don't know how to
Check this out.
react.
If you're the president of the United States, a shoe is not supposed to get that close to you.
Yeah.
So there's a moment when you're like,
What the
I would have been like,
fuck?
you don't think that he chewed out his security staff?
Yeah.
If a shoe almost hit me
bro.
and I'm president of the United States, believe me.
No, it'd been on the spot.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
You're fired.
I would've
So
been like,
anyways,
you're fired.
here we are.
Turn off the camera. Turn off the camera.
I wouldn't even do that in front of everyone. I was like, "You're fired. You're fired." So the thing is about
Yeah, he really went into it.
Just keep on
Just
fucking
move
going.
ahead.
But there's been like these moments, like, it's funny though, like when we're in the comedy business and like we come from all these other areas, we don't know everybody's story. We don't know where people are. Like if I was at the Comedy Store right now and somebody was acting up, I would be the one that would walk up. Let's say somebody's trying to test you.
Yeah.
There's some big dude, but we're all there. I would be the one that would come up and go, hey, I don't know if you want to do this right now.
Right.
Because this guy you're talking to right now, he's actually been doing jujitsu for 17 years. He actually boxes. See the guy over there? That guy used to be a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
See this guy over there? He's got an expunged criminal record.
Yeah.
See that guy over there? It's like, this is our turf.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do this.
Yeah.
And I don't care who it is. I'm not a fighter, but I get like that. Sure. One time I was at the Laugh Factory.
Comics are a motley bunch.
Dude, I was at the Laugh Factory one night, and Dane Cook was on stage, and he was giving it to some people. And these guys they were so mad at him, but they got up, And I found myself heading towards the stage.
Because you're protecting your fraternity.
Yeah.
I was heading towards the stage, and I was going to be like,
One
yo,
of the teammates.
bro. Yeah.
Well, we've all known each other.
We're all going to go down.
And we've all known each other a long time. Like, I've known Dane, I've known you, I've known all you guys for, I don't know, more than 15 years.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Right?
But you also know what it takes to get to that level, and like the nerves and just getting up there, new material and trying stuff. Like, I remember I was doing a show, Dane was on it, and every comedian, I was like dead last to go or something, and every comedian kept going in the back, goes, those two girls in the front, man. Those two girls in the front. Two girls, and Dane goes, which ones? And he goes, two girls in the front. He goes, all right. And I don't know Dane that well. He's always been super nice to me.
Yeah.
Super nice to me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And Dane goes out there. I'm like, I want to watch this. I wonder what he's going to do. And he doesn't acknowledge it right away. He just starts his set, and they keep shouting out. And he ignores it and he goes, ladies, please be quiet. She keeps going. He goes, you still want to do this? You want to do this? And then just fucking. It was.
Say hello to my little friend.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
20. And she
Dane.
had her tits out and he was just fucking. They got up and left. He's like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah,
dude, I did
was
this.
like, exactly.
By the way, it's like it's funny. I talk about this in therapy, actually, about why I get so mad on stage when I get interrupted or there's somebody heckling.
Oh, brother.
There's an anger that comes to me because it's about injustice, It's about
It's disrespect.
It's the disrespect of it too. But at the same time, like I said about being a kung fu expert, I don't have to attack this woman's soul, and I have. I mean, I've been in situations where I've said to a chick, "You need to stop because you're going to be outside crying."
Yeah.
I guarantee you're going to be outside crying because first of all, I'm a kamikaze. I'm taking this all down. You understand?
Suicide bomber.
Like I'm not making myself look good in this situation either. So there's nothing you could say to me.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fat. You're this. You're that. I'm like, oh, yes, go for it. Because I'm going to talk about it myself. I'm like Eminem in 8 Mile. I'm rapping about I do live in a trailer house. I do
live in my mom's.
Yeah, I'm that guy, dude. That's what you're going to be up there like, I don't know what to say.
You and Rogan are similar in that because Rogan's
God.
the same where these girls were heckling and I wanted to go up like, would you please stop? Please stop.
You're going to die.
It's a rattlesnake up there.
Yeah,
and I know he looks super friendly because he's high right now, but you're going to trigger him. And
Don't trigger
his special's called Trigger. You're going to find out. And she kept going, and then they got up crying and left.
That's what happened.
I want to come out and just like,
You know what works for me? You know what works for me,
man?
Yeah, you know what works for me is I always find that they just want to be included and they want some attention.
You're the best at it.
Yeah.
I'll say that as far as any comedian I see with hecklers, you're the best. I'm with Erik on this, and obviously I'm new. I need to work on it because when someone does it, I find it so disrespectful. The anger that I get. I'm
I've seen it.
Are you kidding me,
what?
man?
You have to let that go.
What I do is I do this. I acknowledge them. I key in. I talk to them, and I try to figure out what's going on. Now, if they're drunk, they got to get out.
Right. I'm with you.
But a lot of times, they just want to be. They want to be included. They're doing a stupid laugh or whatever. I'll include them. I'll talk to them. I'll scold them. I'll go, now listen to me. This is important. I need you to pay attention. You're not paying attention. You're cutting up in class. You're talking to me. And I'll kind of like bring them back to school day.
Usually kill them with humor first,
and
though.
they listen.
But here's the thing, though. While that's going on,
Yeah.
it's still annoying to everyone else.
Sure it is.
Kills the vibe.
That's what I tell them, though. I say, you know what? I love you, but you're bothering the people around you.
But it's like going on a ride at Disneyland, and they're like, hold on, I got something before we go up on Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
I know everyone's here to see Splash Mountain. Here's my story. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
We're here to see Splash Mountain.
Right.
Everybody
What are you
gets mad about
doing?
it.
Right.
But I have a thing, like I had some go-to ones too, some biting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Like,
I wish I saw this.
Like I used to say, this is my favorite little mousetrap. I would say like, if we're going at it. And then I would say, do you want to have sex with me? And of course the woman would be like, I would never have sex with you. Then I said, then you're useless to me.
Dude.
And then it's like, and then they're just like,
oh,
what am I supposed to say?
David Tell did this. A girl goes, this is so offensive. This girl was talking and talking. And he goes, I have to stop. Ma'am, do you have children? She goes, no. And he goes, well, then you're a failure. I was dying.
That's how you get.
Dude.
That's the
and
one.
then Jim Gaffigan. I was doing, this was 24 years ago. Jim and I'm doing a shitty show in a restaurant.
Of course.
And there's a dude who's well dressed and he's got a mustache and he's just a dick.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but he's got this mustache and he's being mean to the comics. And finally, Jim Gaffigan's so funny, right? He's so white.
One of the best.
And he's like, let's see, I a little bit about me. I'm Korean. I'm from Korea. He's like, I wish I was Korean, because then my interest in Asian women wouldn't be so creepy. Anyway, I'm from Indiana. I know what you're thinking. Indiana, mafia. He's just hilarious, right? So he wasn't telling those jokes. This is 24 years ago. So the guy is heckling, and I don't know why this was so funny, but Jim said, sir, I don't think you should be talking because you're wearing a mustache from 1972. And the guy's like, fuck you. And he goes, and Jim will not acknowledge, goes, fuck you. And he goes, and obviously it clearly smells like poo. And the guy got so angry. Bug you!
He's right.
Bug you! He wasn't from this country. He was from bug you! And he goes, well, you can see how all the other people are reacting that your mustache smells like poo.
The guy left.
He fucking.
What do you do now?
I was dying.
Right?
That was so funny.
You
man.
do with guys and girls differently, but one time, one of my favorite guy things I would do if there's a guy messing around, I would say, he's still going, and I would be like, guys, I'm actually a ventriloquist. And my dummy is going to talk right now.
Oh, that's so funny.
So then what happens is, in their mind, they go,
I'm not a dummy.
They go, damn, if I talk right now, I'm going to be doing what he says. You know?
Yeah.
So the guy would be like, fuck you. And I'd be like, guys, my lips didn't even move.
Yeah.
And then I would drink. I'm drinking water. Fuck it. Look how angry my dummy is, you know? And they can't go on.
Yep.
So you don't get angry anymore.
This is the thing. It's like I'm trying to work on that, but I had these things, man. I'm telling you, dude.
Do you have anger issues?
He's a comic.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I deal with, you know what's funny? I'm reading a communication book right now, and I look, and can I get my notes for a second? Yeah. I'm looking at this communication book, and one of the main premises of the book, it says, is about, when you're communicating, this is notes I wrote down. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain with person you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
That is the essence of what you do as a comedian.
Yeah.
We criticize, we condemn, and we complain. So I realize I need to take that just to the stage. And another thing it said in this book is we criticize or we complain to make ourselves feel better.
Yes.
And I realize that is why I talk about things on stage. I want to bitch about things, and then I feel better. But you shouldn't do that with.
There's a difference though between criticizing and being funny. So you remember Sam Brown?
Oh no!
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not.
I know what you mean.
Are you saying your personal life?
I'm talking your personal life.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
No. I'm not talking about on stage.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I'm the worst.
What I'm telling you is this communication book is showing me that when you criticize, complain, and condemn people that are in your life, it breeds defensiveness and resentment.
Yeah.
So that's what they come with.
Scars.
It leaves scars.
Never call names when you're in a relationship. You can say you didn't take the trash out. Now I have to. But when you call someone names, when you say you're a lazy piece of shit or you're not intelligent, or that leaves scars. And what my dentist, when I got married, said, learn how to fight. My dentist goes, learn how to fight. Best advice I've ever gotten. Ever, anywhere.
And that's when you started going to Gloveworks?
That's when I started.
Well, let's learn how to fight,
Gloveworks.
like physically and emotionally, metaphorically.
No, learn how to fight as in.
Yeah, I know it was a joke. So you're hitting your wife.
And I went and got into a jiu-jitsu class. But you remember Sam Brown?
Do you
remember Sam Brown? Great comic, died of pancreatic cancer.
No, I don't remember.
Sam was such an amazing comic. Like he was the first incredible comic I'd seen when I was first starting out. Like he was a closer and a bad motherfucker. And he used to be able to come at people, like if you were heckling him, he would come up with shit like he'd see a guy who had spiky hair. This guy was making fun. He goes, sir, if you don't stop, I'm going to break a piece of your hair off and stab you in the eye with it. You know, or this guy, what do you do for a living? The guy goes, I'm a banker. He goes, good. Now, the next time you're at your bank chaining down the pens, I'm going to come and make fun of you. You know, he would just, he had all these. Here's my question as a side note to take it another step. My buddy Sam had 2 hours of some of the most crushing material of all time.
The man who died of painkiller.
Yeah. Now, I loved him. Could I steal his? Could I use his jokes?
Did you do a special?
Is that unethical?
Did you do a special?
Well, can I borrow? That's not him. Can I borrow some of his? Act? Would it be? I've never done it, but would it be bad if I?
Yes,
if
it is.
It's probably be bad.
It's got to die with him.
It's got to die with him.
Yeah.
I told him. I told him. I sent him a text because his wife read it when he was dying. I said, "Dude, I'm taking all your material." Because I was like, but I guess not.
Well, I saw it's like when Ralphie died. I was calling around clubs. Hey, I see you have an opening.
There you go. That's fine. That's allowed.
That's hilarious.
He would think that was funny.
Fuck yeah.
Well, we don't know who this guy is.
The Final Countdown. Maybe that's
some regular white guy.
Was he a famous comedian though, B? Or
he was not a famous in New York. He was a
comedian.
headliner. Yeah.
New York
this is
comedian.
back in the day. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of this.
You started where, Eric?
I started in L.A. It was impossible. I don't know how I did it. But
How
I
long
started
ago?
in L.A. 2003 is when I really decided, like, oh, this is what I want to do.
So later start, yeah?
Yeah, I had a later start. Yeah, I was 30 when I started.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like, I regret that. I always regret it. When people say, you shouldn't have regrets, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in not having regrets. I think regrets are a way to not make the same mistakes. So you should have regrets. How you deal with those regrets is the measure of your character.
Yep.
So sitting around acting like I don't believe in things happen for a reason either. I don't believe in that. I feel like we are human beings. We are adaptable.
Yep.
It's the reason why we can live in Phoenix and we can live in Minnesota because we adapt to things. Our bodies adapt and so do our minds. And so I just feel like you take these experiences that have happened to you and you make yourself better for it. And we need them.
I agree.
So why at 30?
It's just because this is what I wanted to do. I was like, I can't just sit on my ass and be like, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to wake up 50 and be like, how come I didn't follow my dreams?
What were you doing before?
I was working at a school. I was working at a school. I had a whole different life plan. I was going to Mount St. Mary's College to finish my degree. I thought I was going to be a teacher and I was going to do all that. And that just really wasn't the thing for me,
You've been a real success. That's a big deal. Like on TV, now you're doing I'm Dying Up Here. You were doing Workaholics.
Yeah, I've been on Blunt Talk. I've done a lot of things. And what I say is this is why I have the regret. That's why I worked so hard. I had to catch up. Yeah. I was doing open mics with Jim Gaffigan when I was 22 because I was like, but I didn't know how to do it. I'm in LA. Nobody's helping me out. There's no older comic coming over. Let me help you, show you the ropes, kid. No, I was arrogant and I thought I was the funniest guy in the room without having.
Did you grow up in LA?
Yeah, I grew up in LA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Without even knowing how to do anything.
So when you were 30, what club did you go to first?
Oh, I was going to all over the place. I was hitting up the open mic scene in LA. And then I went to the Long Beach. They had this club called Laugh is Hope. This weird club on the Queen Mary. Yeah, it was a weird club. He was this weird guy. So I did that. I did a contest and I won that contest. So I went from the Long Beach to the Ice House Annex Room. Remember Barbara that owns Flappers now? She had this little 3 show on Friday and Saturday. Like it would be a 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
In the
Annex.
Yeah.
So I started doing that all the time. And then I got into the Ha-Ha at Ha-Ha and met Terry and I did that. And then from there I got I tried to get showcases at the Comedy Store. So I was doing the hangout thing until I got my showcase finally. She didn't even talk to me. Mitzi didn't even look at me, man. Yep. Didn't even look at me. She was sitting in her booth looking. And I was standing there trying to get. Jay Davis goes up before me and he gets passed. I wanted to kill myself.
That's how it is, man. Mitzi,
Jay knows. I would say this to his fucking face, man.
No, Mitzi is. I feel like the only reason that I got past the Comedy Store was because Ahmed Ahmed sat next to her and said, "You have to."
That's what a lot of people
say.
Ahmed
got me.
He's my boy.
Ahmed got me the thing too. Since then, we're no longer acquaintances anymore. But that's a whole other story. But he's the one that got that initial showcase, and it wasn't until a year and a half later of badgering Tommy and dealing with Tommy. And
so then you just kept going back.
I kept going back. I was doing whatever spots I could, and Tommy finally gave me another showcase. It was in the main room at that time too. They were doing them sometimes on those Vargas Mason bringer shows, they would do like showcases and she would be sitting in the booth. And I did it then. You know, I remember too doing that set. I ran the light. I was like, nah, you're going to see me.
Tight move.
I was like, no, you're going to see me do my, you know what I mean? I was like, I didn't give a fuck. You know, and then I'm walking in the hallway and they're helping her because she was sick at that time. So they were helping her go through the hallway to the kitchen. And she stopped and she looked at me and she said, "You were funny."
Boom.
And that was the only word she ever spoke to me.
Wow.
That's all you need to hear.
That's all I needed to hear. And then after that, then Tommy gave me the, wow, you know, you're going to be in the belly room for like a year, you know.
Good old Tommy. You know, you never met Tommy.
No. You know what,
Tommy,
though? I appreciate
Tommy. I love Tommy.
I look back and I appreciate him.
Tommy was an amazing...
There was method to the madness.
Did he pass away?
No, Tommy got fired.
You just moved on?
Tommy got fired.
Yeah.
But Tommy was... I really liked Tommy. He was such a Comedy Store mainstay.
He was a character, man.
He was the guy at the Comedy Store who ran it.
He was the gatekeeper.
Yeah, and Tommy he had such reverence for comics, for Mitzi, for the store, and he loved comedy, and he came to be an actor. And he was kind of a good-looking kid. And when he was, he could play the guitar. Yeah. And I remember I said to Tommy, I recorded a conversation with him one time, and I lost it. It was so fascinating.
You know, you recorded it?
I told him, I said, yeah, because I said, you're a character. I want to write a character like you. So I recorded him talking. And I can't describe the way, but he was the guy who would say, he would use your name. He'd go, and I'll tell you something, Brendan. At the end of the day, he would always say, and Brendan, comedy, I've always said this, Brendan, comedy is, and he had these philosophies on comedy. But then he'd say something completely off the wall. He goes, he played the guitar and could sing.
No, he was delusional.
Well, he could play the guitar and sing. And I go, you can sing and play the guitar. I go, I didn't know you were an artist. He goes, Brian, I came here to be an actor and a singer. And
he would also say,
I said, what happened?
I'm more talented than everybody that comes into this club.
Well, and I said, what happened?
Chris Rock just came in.
I said, what happened? He goes, you know what? I couldn't deal with all the guys trying to fuck me. There were a lot of homos.
Wow.
I was like, I swear to God, I was like,
he was a little prejudiced.
Well, he was
a little bit of a bigot.
He wasn't just saying that. I think what he was saying is that he was so attractive as a young man that he got so much male attention. Like he was kind of, he wasn't being.
And that's why he wasn't successful?
That was what I mean. He would say things that didn't really gel.
Yeah.
They were,
so then you're...
like I said, I don't hate him. He thinks I do. I've heard through the grapevine.
I love Tommy. He was
so then you were at the Comedy Store. So
anyway, after being at the Comedy Store, then I went over to the Laugh Factory, but at that same time, other things were happening in my career.
Like what?
Well, I
acting?
Yeah, I got a commercial agent. I finally got a manager. I went to New Faces, and then I got a real agent that got me on the road, and then in 2010, I booked Workaholics.
But was acting always kind of the goal?
Yeah. When I got into comedy, I wanted to be the sitcom dad. You know what I mean? I wanted to be on Reba. My favorite credit of his.
But that's hilarious. But
Reba was a great show, is what I'm saying. That was
Workaholics
sitcom.
Steve Howie.
Workaholics is a great fucking show.
Yeah, but that's your age range. You millennials.
But that's good, though.
It wouldn't be for you.
Yeah. Not for you.
Yeah, you were like 61 when Workaholics came out.
But for like people my age, especially like my brothers, like people who work 9 to 5s, it's like, that's fucking, that's our Seinfeld.
When Eric and I.
It is.
That's our Seinfeld.
Yeah. Eric and I had a good, you're closer to my age.
Yeah.
And you and I had such a good conversation in Montreal where I remember just talking to you about life, and I thought to myself, it was nice to sit back and just sit with a dude who's lived as long as I have almost, and just have, we had a very tame, old, middle-aged conversation,
Brian,
right?
Let me tell you something. You know what's happening to me right now, and I'm talking about this on stage. Because how old are you?
34.
You're getting past your millennial age, your millennial stage. But what I'm realizing is being in the entertainment business and being on Workaholics, and I had this delusion that I was cool and hip. I had this delusion that like young people connected with me. And what I realized is I have more in common with people over 45 than I do with kids under 35.
That's right.
And so now I'm talking about this on stage, and I'm realizing like, oh, I'm an old dude.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm actually an old guy. I'm actually like I'm wearing like comfortable church nurse shoes on today. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, this feels good on my feet.
Yeah.
But a kid might be like, ugh, why you got on those old ass shoes? And I'm realizing I'm waking up and going like, oh, I just realized I'm old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I got to take care of things, and so that's why when I do sit down with people and I go, oh, because it's like, by the way, this is a compliment to you, all right? You are literally the only comedian that I don't mind is on all the time. Okay?
All the time.
But I'm talking about
on, off.
Literally the only one that I just go, Brian, he's so funny, you know? Because everyone else, I'm like,
you want to kill?
Does this motherfucker, does he have to joke all the time? Do you always have to be joking? Right. But you're literally just like, you're in the pocket of where it's like, this guy, love this guy.
You have a good but I imagine him going to bed and being like, oh, shit.
I know, you must be exhausted at night.
I have psoriasis.
You got psoriasis because you're always on.
My stress levels are so high that that's literally what it is. This guy emailed me. He goes, dude, I know you're working with a dietitian and everything else with psoriasis. Just this is what I have to say. He goes, try meditation and calming down. It's stress is causing your. He was like, great. I can't remember his name, but he emailed me. But it was, I was like, you know what? You're right. He goes, try meditation. My mother said the same thing, but no, I won't. I'm going to burn until I die. I don't want to. I'm going to fucking burn because I have energy and I have a lot of energy.
Well, you have more energy than me.
Now that I changed my diet, it's even worse because I'm not drinking. Now I'm redding.
Yeah, but your skin's so bad.
So sorry.
I'll take red.
People are going to send you drinks just to.
100%.
I'm doing light therapy. I'm going to be good.
Hey, I started it's funny that all the podcast world is like, there's this incestual, because like between Rogan, Ari Shaffir, and like you guys opening the podcast calling me fat, veilingly.
We did?
This guy, he did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember.
I said you weren't as athletic as
nice way of calling
I took offense to it as well.
And then I was watching another episode of Rogan where because I said this thing on Rogan where I said what's the practical use of jujitsu? I just asked the question because we were talking about it, and then that turned into a whole thing where people are sending me videos So he had somebody else on, and the guy was like, yeah, I heard that guy. And then Rogan said, well, that's just my friend Erik Griffin making excuses to not work out. So I heard that and I was like, this motherfucker.
Motivation.
It is motivation. Because I told this story before, but like Ari Shaffir, one time, I just got back from the Middle East doing tours with Ahmed, and you eat I was a fat fuck when I came back. I didn't even realize it. I'm in the hallway with Ari, just talking. In the middle of the conversation, he reaches up and squeezes my cheek like this. Listen, we're having a serious conversation, and he just in the middle of the conversation, slow reaches up to my cheek and goes like this, and then asks the question, "Hey, what's going on?" Literally. Dude, listen to me. The next day, I signed up at at Bally's with a trainer. Next day, I got a trainer, and then I passed out. I almost passed out while I was working out with this trainer. He had to rush down and get a protein bar. Oh yeah, because my blood sugar was low. Because I was on this thing like this motherfucker Ari. Who the hell?
Dude,
I'm going ham on the weights.
You can kill a man.
Yeah,
my buddy Tariq Azim. Tariq is got a gym. All these gyms in Power. MMA guy, great shape and everything else, but he's big. He's barrel chested, big Afghani guy, and his tummy. We were talking, and he had a t-shirt on, and his tummy was relaxed, and he's vain because he's a fucking exercise freak,
a great guy,
like we all are. Yeah. And I go, and all I did, we're in his driveway, and I go like this. I go, oh man, look at your shoulders, man, look at that. And I go, ooh, and I just looked this time. I go, ooh. Anyway, that's all I did. I went, ooh, and I touched.
I thought you touched his tummy.
I went, ooh, that's all I did. Yeah. And he
you should have said 3 weeks.
And I go, don't worry about that part. And well, that sent him off. He told me. I see him 3 months later, he goes, shredded. No, because when you said that shit, I was like, you fucking.
Even a guy like me, I'm not an athletic guy. I was in high school. I was I was all league in high school. I played basketball. I had a skinny body. I was like, I was like, yeah, I could dunk. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was a cool athlete. But then you just get older and you're just like, it's not something that it's not something that was a thing for me.
There's so much fun though.
But now I am. I'm working out.
I feel like people. And maybe it's my own issues, but I feel like people assume comedians are going to look like that.
We should. Or look like, comedy's not supposed to look like this.
Yeah.
I remember you said that. You went on.
This is what comedy's supposed to look like.
We were doing sets at the Improv, and you said that you went, Brian went, then I went, or vice versa. Then you got after you went, I don't know what the fuck that is. Comics are supposed to look like. This is what a fucking comic looks like.
No, but I remember saying, I was like, that would be like, well, you had just started, man, so you were pretty horrible. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
You were terrible.
Terrible.
So, and I take offense sometimes to like these outsiders coming in with these hobbyists. You know what I mean? These hobbyists coming in.
I do too now. I judge everyone. I judge everyone.
So now you're going, I go, well, this would be like me going to, I'm going to go UFC fight tomorrow.
Yes. Dude, I watched him yesterday. I watched him last night for the first time in a long time, and I forgot that he's been doing so much stand-up. So, and I can't watch him because I give him 15 notes, and I'm exhausting, so he avoids me because I don't blame him because he's like, let me find my way. So meanwhile, the motherfucker, I haven't seen him. And like I was watching him last night at the Comedy Store in a room full of strangers, fucking killing him. And I went, this all new material. I went, this motherfucker is a comic now.
Let me tell you the difference between our era and what's happening now is, so you took your success and fame level from what you did before, and then you transitioned into doing comedy. That transition is your open mic.
Yeah.
Okay?
Correct.
That's your open mic.
Yeah.
So a person that has a lot of followers on Instagram that wants to now be a comic, that's their open mic. Nobody wants to do open mics, but that's all we had.
Yep.
All we had
was your only option.
That was our only option.
Well, he also took his work ethic. He just took his...
But I don't have a problem with it.
That's what he's saying.
What I'm saying is I don't have let me just finish this. I don't have an issue now when I see, like, even if it's like, it's some hot chick on Instagram and she's got 1 million followers, but she wants to be a comic. And then you have these like, pseudo female comics out here like, well, she's doing it because I go, no. She's just better at Instagram than you.
Correct.
Yeah, that's all that it is. Yeah, and it doesn't mean she's a better, and then now she's out here trying to do it. That's that process now. And we're in this kind of like wild, wild west of like comedy. But this is not anything new. It's like when an actor from a show decides, I want to be a comic now. Like Jeremy Pivens. Mm-hmm. Jeremy Pivens is out here doing it now. He's headlining all over the country. But yeah, Jeremy Pivens don't have to go to a coffee shop in Reseda because he's Jeremy fucking Pivens.
He's also been on stage since he was 8 years old.
So his way.
It's also very black and white though, because like CM Punk. Let's say I used to go on the CM Punk of comedy, right? So CM Punk came from WWE, went to UFC. It was very apparent within the first 3 minutes, this motherfucker cannot fight. He's not going to have a career doing this. In comedy, it's pretty apparent too. Either you're getting laughs or you're not.
100%.
But also, there's some people who won't say names, come in, they have the fan base, and they're only playing towards their crowd. That's you're the funny uncle at the barbecue. Yeah, but they're not doing sets.
I know, but what are you supposed to do? I mean, here's the process, though. See, you've jumped the step. See, the step that we had to take to go to the shittiest shows in the country, to go to the shittiest shows in LA, to go to open mics, that was our learning curve and the process of building up that chop. If you're just coming in and people are coming to you because they know you from such and such, correct, your tendency is going to be to like, let me play to my crowd because that's why they're here.
Sure. But you're playing for home crowds. But my open mics were with Bryan. I had even a bigger advantage because I had a bicycle with training wheels on because I was allowed to do live Finding the Kids, and Bryan would you just go tell a story for 10 minutes first. Go out there and you don't tell a story. So that was my open mic.
I didn't have that.
Yeah, those were my open mics. I go tell a story.
And then Bryan would come on stage, and then we would riff for an hour back and forth. I'd find my, whatever, my voice and stuff like that. And we did that for 2 years before I was like, you know what? I'm going to start trying to stand up on my own.
I remember he came to me and wanted to stand up. And even me, I was like, and I've been his biggest believer, but I was like, stand up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my voice got real high.
Oh, wow.
I was like, all right.
But Eric, after that, I remember I told, because my brother's a big fan of yours, and I go, damn, our boy Eric kind of clowned on me at the improv.
I heard about this in Chicago.
Really? He goes, really? And then you were on Rogan, and then I think I told Rogan goes, dude, that's how we bust chops, man. It's like if you're in the locker room, that's what they're doing. Sure. Russell Peters did the same thing to me. He's like, that. If Russell does that, means he likes you. If they don't say anything, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So then people thought we didn't like each other.
Yeah.
And then I hit
you up because I was like, yo, dude, this is like a thing that's out there. Because first of all, I didn't know how big Rogan was, the podcast. I didn't know how big it was until I just did it. And then that weekend, the first time I ever got like sellouts at Irvine Improv.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a combination of things. My special just came out, American Warrior on Showtime.
It's hilarious.
And my special came out, and then Dying Appears, and then the Rogan. Now I feel like people are coming to see me. I just went to Phoenix, and I had like just a great crowds. And I'm like, whoa, it's starting to happen.
You deserve it.
After 18 years.
Yeah.
You deserve it. It's not,
You deserve it. That's
you know,
what's
so
happening.
I don't know if you can chalk it all up to a podcast, but yeah.
No. I'm saying it's
an
all of these
accumulation.
things. Yeah. It's accumulation of
It's a
things.
boiling point.
But the people that listen to podcasts are people that are like, oh, I want to go out and watch comedy. You know, because they're going out of their way to be like, I want to listen to this on my own time.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours. So these are the kind of people that are like, oh, I want to go do this. So, you know, it's just when you heard him say he wanted to be a stand-up, I feel like that as an older guy now too. When I hear somebody be like, I want to be a stand-up, I don't want to even deal with this person. Because I'm like, you need to do this for like 3 or 4 years before I would even want to talk to you, because I know how crazy this business is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I realize, though, good for you for being like, nah, taking him under your wing. We don't do that enough.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if people say this to me, but like I always think of people like Brendan, like, you know, people say, well, you took him under your wing. I don't like that only for this reason. The dude would have found his way. Dudes like this, they're going to find their way. I'll give you myself this much credit. You know what I saw? I saw huge potential. Like I saw this dude and I was like, he's telling me stories and making me laugh.
Is.
He's a fucking athlete, but why is he so funny?
But that's what coaching is, man.
And he was interested in it. And he was like kind of weirdly artistic. He dressed all, and I was like, there's something different about this dude. So, but if anything, and then we do a podcast and it becomes really popular, and then we get on the road, and all I did was I go, I think you could do this, and you can go out and tell some stories. That's all it was. So it wasn't. I think that people like this, and it just success-wise in life, people like him, they find their way.
My point was we don't hate each other though.
No.
Like when you DM me, you're like, dude, some guys in Chicago said you were upset. I'm like, no, not at all, man. I didn't know. I thought Russell Peters hated me for a second. I thought you hated me. And with you, it sucks because, again, me and my brother are such big fans of the show. I'm like, dude, Eric hated on me. And brother's like, fuck that show. I just saw him. I saw him like
Loyal dog.
Yeah, my brother does not play.
Soldier.
He's like, I haven't watched it since. Soldier. He'll watch it back now, even though it's over.
Calm. Hey, Jay, come to Chicago. God damn it.
Yeah, but I text Rogan. He's like, you guys don't hate each other. Like, no. He's like, neither one of you would hate each other.
But what I'm saying, though, is like, give yourself a little bit of credit, because it's like when you're a mentor or coach,
yeah, sure.
You're not just coaching anybody.
Sure. No.
You know, like this,
No.
you know, this guy be a comic?
Hey,
No.
I'm the sensei.
Yeah. you wouldn't be like, you're not the magic, like, I'm going to make everybody a comic. No, you took
you're
some.
not the Phil Jackson.
Last night he got off. He had a great set. He killed it. I was so impressed. I loved it. I got on. I did my thing.
Brian grabs me and goes, I'm the fucking king around here.
I fucking destroyed the crowd.
I'm like, all right, man, I'm with my friends.
Can I talk to you for a second? He goes, yeah. I go, God, I grabbed my thing. I go, don't ever fucking forget that I'm the king and I'm the sensei.
Check it out. When he tells you, when he starts going, maybe you should do your own shows, that's when you know you're really doing good.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have somebody, you know, it gets to a point where you just like, that you could show your progress. I mean, it's just like fighting. What I noticed, like with boxing, in an analogy of this, is that when I first started doing it, I didn't know. He was like, 1, you know? And I'm like, okay, well, now they don't have to say anything. I've been doing it long enough for, I'm just like, pow, 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 pow. That you could, comedy is the same way.
It's reps.
You know? It's like
put in the work.
You could start to feel like, oh, I got it. I all right, I could do this.
Yeah.
Then you start to really get funny, and then that's when like he becomes a peer.
Yeah.
And then he's starting to look at you like, oh.
There you go.
Remember the first time that's the first time you looked at him and went, oh, this guy's funny.
I swear to God.
And I know exactly what you're saying. You know,
last night.
You know Matt Rife. Matt.
I love good-looking kid. My younger brother. With the straight.
You wish,
teeth.
but yeah, no,
handsome
kid.
Handsome kid.
You mean like if you adopted him from a good-looking
No, he said
like if you artificially created him.
Right, we were wearing the same outfit last night, is what I'm saying.
I go, man, it looks like you could be your son. Yeah.
Only, but way better looking. Yeah. Matt's a cute kid.
But Matt is like, I've known Matt since he was like 14. And like, I've been like trying to tell him.
Talented.
Dude, you got it. So he was in Irvine with me. And this is the first time I was watching him. And I said, oh shit.
Yeah, man.
I was like, he turned into a comic.
Matt's legit.
He turned into a comic. Matt, he doesn't even realize it.
No, at 22 years old, that kid is legit. He's a comic.
He turned it, and he's like, he's so comfortable now.
Yes.
Like he's sitting on a stool, and he's just like relaxed, and he's like, he's comfortable in his own skin.
And he's gonna be the next Justin Bieber of Hollywood.
100%.
Like he looks like the acting's gonna be like some big agent's like,
No, I said to him, I
see
said,
ya.
you're the next Channing Tatum if you play your cards right.
But he found his way, and he's working on it now. He's going to be in Atlanta with me, you know. But it's going to get to a point when I'm going to be like, it's already his social media presence is already dwarfing mine. You know what I mean? And it's because that's his crowd. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, he doesn't even know that he's on the road to like real fame.
Correct.
You know, and it's like you know, and I'm just like being here, and I'm just like, oh, I love seeing it. But I had that moment with him in Irvine. You know, I was looking at him on stage and I was like, oh, he legitimately made me laugh.
I know.
And I had to tell him. I said to him, dude, this is the first time, I really was like, I wasn't, no. It's the first time that I wasn't.
He's a good looking. Look at him.
I know. Look at this bastard.
I mean, come on, man. He's a
He's a straight man.
He's a straight man.
He's the first time I looked at him and I wasn't trying to coach him.
Right. Well, that's a good
the first
example.
time I looked at him,
guys our age are fathers.
Yeah,
fathers.
Yeah, we're just like, hey, guy, I think you should like.
That's the protective father instinct.
Look at this guy. Every time I just go on stage and I go, this is what comedy's supposed to look like, guys.
Dude, he's painfully good looking.
He gets in the ring too. We spar a little bit at Glove Works.
He's the reason why I went to Glove Works.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's like,
he texts me. He's like, are you going to be in the gym and move around?
Yeah, he said he messed up his hand on your head.
That's not true. It's not true. Maybe, but
he's young, huh? He's 22.
Yeah, he's only 22, little bastard.
No, that motherfucker. He needs to be in movies now.
Well, you know, hey,
the next Twilight, do that.
He's trying.
Yeah, he's doing it though. When you look that good and you're funny, which he is, and he's getting funnier and funnier. Watch what happens.
But here's the problem. Here's a problem. When you start young, when you start 14, 15, 16, you get away with murder. You get away with not being talented.
Yeah.
You get away with like people going, ah, you know.
Yeah.
But now he's a man.
Yeah.
So now he's 22. So now,
even 22, I don't look at him like a man.
But even at 22, nobody's giving you any excuses now.
Yeah, that's fair.
So now you have to be funny. You got to be talented. You have to live up to the hype.
He's taking himself. He's taking himself seriously.
Yeah,
he's working out. He looks great.
Oh.
Everything he's doing is right. He's hungry.
Yeah.
He's not.
I want to steal his teeth.
I had to tell him, stop fucking your fans.
No, don't say that out loud. Listen, no. At 22, he's allowed to. At 22, come on, man.
I hope he's watching.
When you look like
he's
that,
a monster.
No, he should be.
But he got into a little thing. It's public knowledge now. You know,
but we don't have to talk.
We don't have to talk about it. Anyway. Just Google it. Just Google Matt Rife relationship.
I love the kid. I love him.
We won't say, but you know, I wanted to say to her, the girl's got she's got a daughter. I said, if age doesn't matter, let me get your daughter's number. You know, I wanted to because I was like, no. But I found myself being Papa Bear. I was just was like, hey,
protective.
Yeah. Like, you know what you're doing.
He makes the three of us look like fucking toads.
Yeah, that's right.
We look like toads next to him.
That's right. I know a gentleman who happens to be a little bit gay, whether he knows it or not. And
I know who you're talking about.
When Matt was talking, the gentleman looked at me and some other people, and he goes, where's that guy that we were talking to? And I pointed in the direction, and he drifted on over, man. He drifted right on over.
I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah, but Matt, you were there.
Matt's equipped to deal with that type of attention. He knows how to do because it's like,
yeah, damn, I'm a straight man and I give him that kind of attention.
Yeah, he knows how to deal.
Look at the mouth on the kid.
I'd pay good hard money if he.
Hold on.
If he decide to go lady boy,
look at
Thailand.
the mouth on that kid.
Oh yeah, he's a beautiful
with
boy.
Those juicy ass lips.
Yeah.
You know? Well, as you can see on the screen there, we won't talk about.
That's the girl, huh?
Yeah, that's
her.
How old is she?
Yeah,
you know what she is.
She's our age.
No,
we can talk to her.
That famous actor.
Yes, actress.
I love him for that.
Click on that.
Yeah, Kate Beckinsale. Oh. Well done, brother. Well done,
dude. I was at a party and she walked in, and I lost all energy in my body. She is.
But I
remember you said that. You said
when I met her, she knew who I was, and she was like, "I know you. Don't hurt him." You know, she's all British.
Are they still?
I don't know. I don't talk about it.
God bless him.
You know, God bless her. You know, he's a very sensitive man.
Yeah.
You know, so he's like, that's why she should know better.
He looks.
No. I appreciate it.
He looks artificially created in a lab.
Yeah. Yeah, and funny, and once again, funny.
Yeah, it's too much. I'm really like I'm annoyed by it.
Yeah, I'm annoyed with it now.
You know, it'd be like if Brad Pitt went into comedy. I'd be like, dude, come on, man.
And then just crushes.
You've had enough. Yeah, he's up there. Imagine if Brad Pitt was on stage crushing as a comedian.
I'd be like,
I would want to kill him.
But then really friendly,
wait,
too.
His job is to dry hump like Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie in movies. He gets to dry hump them for $20 million. Yes. And then he gets to come home to a beautiful ass wife and kids. And then also he's funny. Nah, you don't get to do all that.
Not having it. That's fucking hilarious.
Look at him. Just every picture of him is just.
Should we do so?
That's when I knew him. See the one that says beef?
Yeah.
Like click that one. Like that's the man I knew. See the teeth?
Little kid.
Oh yeah, him and this guy had
Struggle City there.
Him and this guy. Well, he fixed his teeth.
He was grown up.
Yeah.
He was like he didn't have car insurance, but he had money to get.
That's
his
what he
teeth
said to us.
fixed.
He goes,
I go, bro, where'd you get your teeth?
He goes, you have no idea how much these teeth cost, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all about it.
Whatever, man.
I think him and this kid had a little thing.
I like his fucking teeth. He's hooking me up with his teeth guy. Might be too much. Should we do some current events?
What are you talking about? You're from
I want some of those Matt teeth, bro.
Well,
God,
Brandon's
you've got
teeth,
enough going
they're
on.
Skyline.
Fucking beefcake over here.
Brian's teeth. Brian's bottom teeth.
Excuse me?
Are you fucking shitting me?
Excuse me? My teeth hurt.
Like an old woman. Like
No, don't say that.
like a vampire and
Eric.
a later stage vampire. Like those teeth are so crushed together.
Eric.
Like like you see a hot dog pack that's been like in the bottom of the bag. You know what I mean? Like you like, oh shit, I put the buns
On the bottom.
Eric, that's outrage.
underneath the soda.
I don't think this is funny at all. God damn it, Eric.
Welcome to my world, Brian.
Fucking Eric Griffin.
Oh man, what do you got, Jim?
Are we talking current events now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Fine, now that my day's
Roasting
ruined. Now that the $5,000 I spent on my Invisalign is out the window.
I don't know what
Well,
veneers,
I'm
bro.
just saying, if that's Invisalign, I can't imagine what they used to look like.
Well, one of them was way
He's
in the
out of it
back.
forever.
One of them was in the back of my mouth going, hey, what about me?
It's
getting
like
worse.
an open garage. You know what I mean? Just,
Open garage.
okay, what are we talking about? What's going on over here?
This podcast sucks, man.
This is the best podcast ever.
Fuck this podcast.
What do you got, Jim?
The first one is about you because of Jeff Nowitzki. I was
what
watching
happened?
Rogan's podcast yesterday. He had Stylebender on.
Okay.
And then they pulled up
Rogan's
Wikipedia.
Stylebender is that boxer.
Israel
Never call him a
Adesanya.
boxer again.
No,
Not a boxer.
He's not?
Mixed martial artist.
MMA.
UFC
UFC.
fighter. Top 10 in the world now.
I was thinking about.
He just beat Brad
hey,
Tavares.
Adrande. Who's that boxer, Adrande?
Fall back. What were you saying, though, Chin?
So they're on. He was on Rogan's podcast, and they
Okay.
pulled up Wikipedia, and Brendan called Jeff Nowitzki the golden snitch a while ago, and it's caught up so much that it's on Wikipedia now. You can actually see his name right here.
Awesome.
Jeffrey John Nowitzki, the golden snitch.
Oh, that's great.
There's-
Which is crazy.
and Stylebender,
Oh, he was just talking about the golden snitch.
he's referring to him
and
as the
you.
golden snitch.
He said good words about you too.
Why did
Stylebender did?
Why did he snitch on somebody? Like, well, I don't get the reference.
So he's in charge
Oh, I
of all
should've
the
said
drug
that, yeah.
testing in the UFC.
He's the head of
right.
USADA.
So I call him he's the ultimate snitch, the golden snitch.
Oh,
and this
that's
is
true.
forever ago.
Yeah,
We
and
really
it's caught
care
on like
about drugs
wildfire.
and UFC. I can't
yeah.
believe they still
bro,
care about
it's
that.
a nightmare now.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
I do feel like some people are getting away with it. Can I ask a question?
I love that, like
You know what-
the
you know what I'm-
accusatory question within
No,
the
but
question.
you know what I'm going to ask. There was a certain fighter in the last UFC. And if that's natural,
Oh, you're talking about Paulo
Paulo Costa.
Costa.
that's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
But what about Francis and Ghana? They're both tested.
They're both tested.
But
Have you guys seen?
And
Have you
by
guys
the way,
seen
I don't want
Kobe
to take anything
Bryant
away
lately?
from this.
is he jacked?
You should pull up a picture of Kobe.
Bring up Kobe.
Kobe
I'll
Bryant.
one
wait,
up
wait,
you.
wait,
Kobe
Have you seen
Bryant looks like a monster
But wait,
right
on
now.
Have you
this
seen
guy-
Mike Bibby?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's got to be some.
Did you do all the
creatine
steroids,
No,
baby?
no. What I'm saying is like there's a natural workout that you can get yourself looking pumped and
sure.
jacked, and then there's like taking certain supplements that don't make it like.
Is that Kobe on top left currently?
There's
That's
another one of him
today.
outside a
A guy
hotel.
a guy like that, when he's eating and not training as much,
not like this,
working
right?
out.
No,
Not
that's
that.
when he got out of shape and he put
He got back
put
into
Fat
shape,
Mamba
bro.
and he goes, I'm getting in shape.
Yeah, he got
And then now-
another one. I saw it was on TMZ or something. He was outside a hotel room, a hotel, and he's just holding his daughter, and he just looked like he was so jacked.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Oh, there he goes. Brian looking super jacked.
Yeah.
Was it
So it's like,
over the weekend?
I mean, look at him.
Carrying her around.
You know what I mean?
Kobe Bryant.
He might come back into the league right
Everyone
now.
wants him to come back and play with LeBron.
Yeah. But I'm just like, and LeBron, what a freak of nature that guy is, huh?
Dude, people don't realize. I mean, that man is a complete beast.
different thing.
See, I would assume those guys are on some sort of PED. Why wouldn't you be?
Right.
If you're LeBron and you're breaking your back and someone goes, here's some.
Dude, I said they should be allowed to use it for recovery. I said this on Rogan's thing. I was like, I think that athletes should be allowed to, in the off season, use, because that's what the doctor gives regular people.
Yeah.
If I break my ankle, the doctor puts you on a steroid so you can get healed.
Yeah.
Like, let them do that. Give them like, here's your 2-month period.
Especially in basketball. Well, also basketball really doesn't test. There's not that strict. They test like once a year.
So USADA, we know, is super strict and testing all kinds of stuff, right? Bring up Acosta again. I hate doing this.
But USADA's not. But USADA's not.
You really hate.
You got to remember, USADA's not the end all be all.
I know that.
Like there's going to be some corruption in USADA as well.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's I mean.
Well, how old
in other
is
words,
he?
you're able.
This guy's really young. I think 25.
Look at
when you're 25.
Look at the body. No, but this is.
I would need
that's
to
not as
see
big.
a 6-month.
And I'm
sample.
not saying maybe he's just a
Yeah, I didn't
genetic
see it
freak.
before and after.
Yeah, you
Maybe
have to
he's
see like a
fucking-
6 months. Like here he is in September, then here he is.
Maybe he's a genetic
know?
freak. That's possible, but that's crazy muscularity. Like it's.
Dude, what else do you
astonishing.
do though? When that's your life. That's
No,
this
but a lot
guy's
of guys who
world.
train.
He's 25.
Yeah, I don't know.
eats chicken all the time?
Brendan would know. Gun to your head. What are you saying? You don't have to answer.
Come on, dude.
I mean,
He's gonna be the new snitch.
he's been in the fight. look at this. You've been in the game for so long. I mean,
I would say it's very suspect.
I mean, come on. Wow.
Well, isn't it crazy to be at your optimal? You have to be doing something else. Like, is this how we're supposed to look?
No.
Well,
You know?
yeah, and
I mean,
he's,
there's
he's,
genetics, but
he's a real athlete and everything else. I'm just saying that if that is genetics, then
damn,
we should put him in a museum and
That's
and get his
ridiculous right
DNA
there.
because that's
My
good.
God.
He's obviously naturally very muscular, but that's when you
wow.
see him like you're just
They
like,
compared to Vitor Belfort. They say, "Oh, he's
And
like
I don't
a
mean to
young
be this
Vitor.
guy,
Even
but
Dana does.
look at his cock. Like, is that?
Oh, damn! That thing is.
Is that?
he's got a dick on him.
Yeah, it's that, Jesus, man.
I'm a fan.
Stop.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his fighting. I'm a fan of him. I don't want. I'm not trying to be a dick.
Get your
about
dick out of your face, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I don't want to take anything away from his victory. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is very strange.
But can I ask you, like, who I personally, as an outside person that doesn't really like this sport because I think it's too violent, I'll always think of Muhammad Ali and how he died and how
For sure, that's fair.
That's what I think about. So I think
Are you a sports fan though?
yeah, I'm a huge sports fan, but I just don't find this to be like so violent and not appealing to me. But at the same time, as an outsider, I go, I don't care if he takes steroids. Who cares? Like this whole idea, this myth because first of all, working out 6 days a week. So if you're working out 6 days a week,
yes,
and another guy's working out 4 days a week, then you already have an advantage. Yeah. So it should be like, if you're going to really do it, it should be like, we have to do the same exact workout for 6 months, the exact same thing, use the same exact
people
diet,
start out with different
and then
Yeah.
fight.
But the only problem with fight in all other sports besides football and fighting, I do not care if you're on steroids. I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, I approve of them. The only reason why fighting is a little different because let's say you and I are going to fight in 12 weeks and I take a boatload of steroids.
I guess you could kill somebody.
It's going to help me
Yeah.
drive this fist through your face.
I get it.
Faster and stronger.
Well, I think in other sports, I think it should matter if it's going to
Basketball,
what's
I
the
don't give a
advantage?
fuck.
Yeah, but if it's going to make somebody jump
Home runs?
higher, yeah, I don't know.
Baseball, I want more home
I mean,
runs.
it saved baseball.
Yeah.
it's
But they hate
literally-
on it.
Did you guys see
Sammy Sosa.
Did you see Sammy Sosa? First of all, he looked like Michael Jackson. Like
Worse than
Michael.
Michael.
I
He
was
looked
like
worse, though.
He was so white. It was crazy. And then he literally had the nerve to put his mouth to say like, I never was tested. I did.
I've never failed a test.
I never failed a test.
Like,
That's not what I asked you, motherfucker. Did you do the steroids or not?
He's never failed a test.
We care. He acts like we care.
But how about
Oh my! Look at him. He looks like a wow.
How about when they ask him? They go, "Well, there's obviously especially."
Well, they probably put extra on that picture.
They go on social media. The lights all fucked up. They go.
You're headed towards that with your.
Oh, I know. That's vitiligo. I have psoriasis.
Hey, how about
I'm going to be a red man.
a red man, a lobster.
He looks like Eddie Munster from.
Dude, he looks crazy. How about they ask him? They go, "Well, apparently your skin's changed." He goes, "Yeah, I use a lotion. I don't know what. This is what happens when I use this lotion." Is your
You
lotion
use a lotion?
bleach? Is it bleach?
Oh my
How
God.
does that work? You have a bleaching
There's a there's a lotion you can buy these days that turns your skin.
Yeah, he was bobbing for
I don't think
apples.
you can go black, though,
He was
right?
bobbing for apples and bleach.
Like, Eric, if I want to turn black, is there a black lotion, do you know?
I have no idea, dude. Look at me. I'm the
What's your
lightest dude
nationality?
here. I'm mixed, man. I'm a mixed bag.
White mom, black dad?
No, my mom actually looks more like me. She's more fair skinned,
Are you Jewish and black?
I get this all. I get all kinds of different things. You know, I'm just so racially ambiguous.
Okay.
My mom, my family, a lot of my
fluid.
My family's from. I don't like labels. My family. I have a lot of family from Belize, Honduras, Jamaica.
Yeah.
You're a melting pot.
Yeah, my dad was like European or something. I never met him. So,
What else you got, Chin?
All right, so this was in the news. Something called Plain Bay. Have you guys heard of Plain Bay?
No.
Okay, so there's a woman.
Plan Bay.
Plain Bay, like a boyfriend girlfriend
Plain
thing.
Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plane is an airplane. So this.
It's your Plain Bay. I like
this,
that.
This woman right here, she was live. I guess she was tweeting about something that happened on the plane where she gave up her seat because she wanted to sit next to her boyfriend who had the seat behind her. Mm-hmm. So she gave it up, and then she was sitting next to a really pretty girl. She was hoping that some like strange, nice, handsome stranger would come sit next to her. Uh-huh. That happened, and they seemed to hit it off. So she was tweeting about it, and then it got like 300,000 retweets because it was like this romantic thing.
Wow.
Like a love story.
Like a love story, yeah. And then
So
they
now
were
she
like,
has a podcast and she's going on the road with Brendan.
She's opened up for me.
Or the guy had 2 kids and a wife at home. And he's just trying to
the guy.
Come on, man. The man can't fuck.
So what happened?
so the guy was super good looking. The girl's, really pretty. And then they had all these things in common, and they were actually starting to get, this romantic thing going on. Right. And she even said, they're going to the bathroom together.
Oh, she sucked them off on the plane?
You go right to that.
But
There's
after
no room in
this
the
happened,
bathroom. You saw it.
What happened?
Oh, you're right.
What happened afterwards?
So after this, a lot of people were like, this is so romantic and everything. I think celebrities even liked it and everything.
Well, that's why I got so many retweets.
Yeah.
It wasn't about that. It was about, it just takes one person a lot.
Yeah.
And then that person, that's what sets it off.
Exactly.
So what happened, Chin?
So after that, then people started turning on her, saying it's an invasion of privacy because
what we do.
that girl.
That's America, yeah.
But the girl that was part of the thing, she didn't want to be a part of it. So she even told the lady, like, don't say anything about
Well,
me.
yeah.
Don't tell
She
my
had a
name.
boyfriend, huh?
I don't know. You never know. But then think about it. If someone's doing that to you.
Yeah, but how about,
right?
does everything have to be on social media?
That's what I'm saying.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
kind of like, it is an invasion of privacy. And now there's
I
a
don't
huge
think she's
backlash.
doing any. I don't think she's doing any ill will. Like I took
didn't mean
I took
to.
a picture. I was at the airport and this dude was passed out. Had these short cut off shorts, jean shorts, and his like balls were barely hanging out the front, and he big gut, and he's just has this American flag on. I was like, I always appreciate someone with good. The way they dress in the airport, so I'll go airport swag of the day or shoes of the day, and I clicked him and I was like airport swag of the day, not meant the jean shorts. And then after I posted, I thought, fuck, man, what if he sees that?
Well, you're very famous now.
I was like, what if he saw
you're
that?
getting a lot of likes, and so it does change it.
I know. I was
It
like,
does change it. You have to start
I'm not
blurring
making,
out-
I'm not making fun of him.
Yes, you are.
No, I like his jean shorts.
Wait. This motherfucker. Own your shit. Own it. You were looking down on him. You saw that big gut, and you were, how dare you wear shorts that I wear? You had the same fucking outfit on.
No, his were way shorter, bro.
But
his were way shorter.
you were making
I was
fun of
jealous
him.
because I was hot.
Oh, this guy.
But
look at him he's trying to be a politician right now. You're doing Sammy Sosa right now. You Sammy Sosa, just own the
I've
shit.
never failed a test.
I never failed a test. Oh, no, God.
So did they get in trouble though?
No, well, the guy actually, he went on and I guess it's Instagram or Twitter and revealed himself. He said, leave the girl alone.
Oh, wow.
Leave her privacy alone.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's the guy. He's the
He's a good
quote unquote
handsome,
hunky
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear him. Let's hear what he says. I like him.
Sure.
Also want to say thank you to everyone for respecting Helen's privacy at this moment.
They say her name.
It's obviously a lot to take on board in such a short period of time, and it can be pretty overwhelming, but she's being super supportive, and yeah, thank you guys.
He's already got an agent.
He's doing it for the gram.
I'm saying he's already got an agent. He's got a,
But for booking, contact.
Look who's talking right now. Oh, he's doing it for the gram? You look just like that motherfucker. You guys are the same.
Have you picked up? I've done work on planes.
You've done work on planes?
Yeah.
Are you saying with the ladies?
Yeah.
When they sit down next to you?
I've closed some
Can
deals
I
on
tell you why
planes,
that's
I'll
the
be
best
honest.
time? Because it is all about who you are. It is all about this interaction.
It's all about status.
It's all about well, if you're obviously you're going to be in the we're not sitting with the peasants.
Not even. I'm talking coach.
I'm not sitting in the riffraff. You know what I mean?
I did it all from coach.
I did it all from
coach.
Which is his new book.
Gangster.
It's his new book.
I did it all from coach.
Did it all from coach.
That should be your next special.
Yeah.
I did it all from coach.
That's a good fucking title. I did it all from coach.
No, but I think I find myself being very charming. You have to get to know me. I'm a charming guy.
I used to get lucky.
I see how hot my girlfriend is. I had to charm her.
I haven't seen your girl.
Had to charm her.
Yeah, your girl.
Is she a looker?
Yeah.
What does she do?
She doesn't belong to be with me.
Is she on your Instagram?
She's a model.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Is she?
She's hot.
We're on the gram together.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I mean,
I want to get 300,000.
I got lucky. I got sat next to a couple sluts. Ooh, there's Brian Callen. Good looking kid, man.
There I am. You
Yeah.
missed it.
I was just looking at Brian real quick.
Oh.
There you go.
You with him all the time.
I know.
Go down. There's a
Erik
picture of us
Griffin?
someplace way down. Just keep going.
a lot of workaholic stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, no, a lot of
workaholics.
I'm dying up here.
Yeah, there's American
tell me when.
Warrior.
Are you sad I'm dying up here is ending?
Well, I don't know if it's ending or not. We don't know yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but if I had to, there we are right
Oh,
there.
wow.
You know what I mean?
Pretty.
She's really hot.
Yeah.
She's cool too.
How long you guys been together?
Yeah, it's going to be a year. We've known each other a year, but being officially together in August, I believe it'll be a year.
You guys live together?
No, not yet. I don't
Not
want
yet.
to do that. I got to
You have some commitment issues.
You know what I mean? She's younger than me, and I just want to be like, make sure you got your shit, get your shit together.
Is she way younger?
No, not way younger. I already got in trouble saying her age on the last podcast I was on.
She got mad.
So yeah, she got really mad.
I won't do that to
because
you.
her whole thing is like, I want to look. I want people to think I'm way younger. Then I said, now you make me look creepier.
Creepy, yeah.
Right.
Then it's not as cool.
So it's like
then
it's
I
like
gotta
a
quit
balance.
posting shit.
Yeah. So, but I'm not. I just come from an era of like, I don't believe in like living with somebody until you know that this is like now we're in for the long haul.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
so you're from the '60s.
It's pretending to be married. You know what I mean? This guy.
You're from the
I'm with you now.
I'm with you now.
Brendan, man.
Fuck this guy.
I knew it when I first saw this motherfucker on stage. You and your brother can go fuck yourself. And fuck him. That's what I have to say. to him.
Fuck you, Jay.
I told you.
No, she's a very pretty girl.
But anyway, what I'm saying though is like, it's funny. She says this to me all the time. She said this to me the other day. It's hilarious because she's like, if I just walked by you, I wouldn't be like, ooh, I got to get me some of that.
That's fucked up.
That's what I said to her.
Women are into personality.
She goes, we started talking and stuff, and I was like, oh wow, so I get that. Like some guys have
Where'd you
that.
meet her at?
Some guys have that. We actually met on Instagram. She
You slid in her DM?
no, is that let me tell you, the first story is she was a fan of I'm Dying Up Here. She never even seen Workaholics, which is great for me because Workaholics people are crazy. But, but they actually, I've had some experiences, but that's a whole other story.
Mm-hmm.
What I saw was, how you see people that like your pictures? So I saw 3 likes and a follow from her.
Oh, that's like a girl going like this.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So
Excuse me.
I was like, whoa, back it up.
Yeah.
So I slid into the DM right away. I was like, yo, what's up? And then I said, you should. But then I get off that shit right away. I said, come to my show.
Yeah.
I said, you should come to my show. So she came to my show with a date, though.
What are we doing, girl?
She came over. I loved it. I thought it was like how honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she even asked me, she's like, well, I need to get tickets, and I'm going to bring somebody because I need to get drinks. And I was like, that's fine. So I'm doing my set, and I have a whole set about like we're not going to be friends set.
Right.
So I was doing that material because I'm letting her know we ain't going to be friends.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean?
I'm all set on friends.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I said I have Jordans that are older than you, so we're not going to be.
No.
We're not going to be friends.
This ain't working.
All right. So. Then about a week or so later, I met her at a jazz club, and then we just, that's what we started doing. We just started going to dinners and hanging out. She came to shows, and I was like,
Easy
she's the coolest chick you ever want to meet. And, I love her. I really do.
You always wonder why women, I think women are so cerebral. I said to my wife, she straight up said to me, I go, we're talking, and I said, guy's a good looking guy. She goes, eh. And I go, what do you mean, eh? He's a stud. And I always wonder why. I go, why you found me attractive versus someone like that? And she goes,
she still finds that guy attractive.
She's lying to you.
Yeah, she goes, because you're filthy and charismatic. Yeah. And I went, oh, I'm filthy and charismatic.
She said to me, she said to me one time, we're just laying there, and she's like, you know, if I was 22, I would not be in your bed.
That's right. That's right.
And I said to her, if you were 22, I would have kicked you out already.
That's true, bro. Good recovery.
You know, so I mean, I just think that you women get to a certain age where they just know what's important.
Dude,
like I don't mind. Like I don't mind her finding. Like she finds good-looking guys attractive all the time. Yeah. We're watching TV or something. She's like, ooh, and I'm like, I get it.
100%.
It's like,
I think it's stupid not to acknowledge that.
Yeah, but
I think it's stupid to just the elephants in the room. Of course, that dude's fucking a good-looking dude, or the girl's hot.
Of course.
So it's like you get that kind of like. That's why I always love going up on stage after Chris D'Elia. You know, because I love teasing the crowd. Because I go like,
because my boyfriend's gone.
Yeah, it's funny how these girls are because girls laugh at Chris differently than they laugh at me.
Of course,
they laugh at Chris like.
Trying to get noticed.
It's like, are you even listening to the shit he's saying?
No, they're not.
Can you repeat that Chris D'Elia joke, woman? You know, but that's fine. You know, he's like the most. He's like
fuck Chris.
Goofy, charismatic, you know, and handsome and rugged. You know, he's got all these things going on.
He's just all bendy. He's all like
yeah.
Women
he's all limber.
You would have hated our conversation. I got D'Elia the new Yeezys, the dad Yeezys, and he goes, "Bro, can you drop them off?" I went, "I'm sure as fuck not getting your shoes and then drop them off in Hollywood."
Yeah,
I went,
obviously.
Then I put, "Bro, got an idea," and I ordered an Uber, and the guy comes pick me up. I go, "You're just gonna drop these shoes off at my friend's house." Then sent the Uber. Then Chris takes picture with the Uber driving the kicks. I'm like, boom, son.
That's amazing.
You would have hated the combo.
That's
though.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's like,
these guys have long, in-depth conversations about shoes.
I've been shoes and. You ever gone to dinner with Chris? Like you say, hey, I'll meet you at whatever.
Yes.
You get there. This motherfucker's already ordered, and he's halfway through his food.
Yeah.
Like he's the biggest diva.
Oh yeah, creature of habit too.
Yeah.
Over and same thing over and over.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. I've known him for.
Chris.
One of my best friends.
Yeah, I love him. But fuck off, Chris.
What else you got?
General.
This is a good news story.
Oh, okay.
All the Thai kids and everyone involved. That's bad. Everyone involved in the Thai rescue is now safe.
They all have agents.
The only person that they all have agents, and they're coming on the road with me.
Yeah.
So,
can you imagine if they were white kids? This story would have been just like through the roof.
You think? I don't think it'd been a story.
It's pretty worldwide.
No, it would have been a story.
I feel like it's a way bigger story.
I tweeted that there was agents scuba diving in there just to get the rights to this. I would have. Right? Imagine you're an agent, you come in there like, are you here to rescue us?
100%.
No, can you?
100%.
Are you representing?
I gotta get going.
100%.
Are you representing? I mean, this movie's going to get made tomorrow, 100%. Bro. This is what we do. This is how we understand. I'm not going to understand this unless it happens to white kids. You know what I mean?
I feel you. How about the only person that died was a Navy SEAL? A Thai Navy SEAL is the only person that died.
Yeah, which is
ain't that a bitch?
Sad.
But he did give them the oxygen tank, so he died doing something, courageous, and it did help them. So
stud, yeah.
He's a hero for sure. Another thing that sucks about this though is there's an Australian doctor that flew there who's actually a badass. He has 30 years experience diving.
Right.
He's the one that stayed with the kids till the very end, and then he was the last one to leave the cave. When he got out, he found out that his father, like moments later, passed away.
Damn.
So it's such a bittersweet ending for this guy.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? His dad was probably
Papa Bear was on death's doorstep, though.
Probably.
So
either way, he did his job.
Save the kids. What else you got?
Yeah, where are we going to go from there? Thanks.
Yeah,
I know.
Fucking Debbie Downer over there.
I tried to bring the
good news, Bear.
This
This was the good news?
No. That the kids are free. Everyone's safe now.
Yeah,
but this is another weird one. So this lady, her name is Prue Goward. She's a minister for prevention of domestic violence and sexual assault for New South Wales, Australia. She's trying to pass a law that says you have to say yes. You have to ask for sex, and they have to say yes.
Scroll
I
up
want
to her.
sex.
Let me see this. Oh, of course.
Otherwise, it could be deemed rape.
Oh, right. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
So there's no romance.
Of course, there's no romance.
Or I can't read signs anymore. It has to be very black and white. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and you're telling me, and now you're getting in the bedroom and saying I have to speak.
No,
awesome! This is tyranny.
A notary. You don't have a notary with you?
You don't have a contract by your bedside?
This left wing insanity. This far left wing insanity.
Yeah, but of course that makes sense to her.
Yeah,
look at her.
Because you don't get laid. You fucking.
You don't
weirdo.
get any dick
for real.
So she's like, this is getting out of hand.
First of all, I'd hit it. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You know what? I would too. But here's the bottom line. Bottom line is, for real. These are the people who are. Think about what she's saying.
You just riled Callan up.
You have to get into the bedroom, and I have to speak now. You're the state the state will accuse me of rape.
Yeah, Brian, you're going to have to take the gag out of the chick's mouth. Right.
Well,
different rules now, my man.
All right.
No. You know what?
Michael Jordan had a contract.
May I step in here?
Nuts.
May I step in?
Please do.
Let me step in for a second here. What we're trying to legislate now is behavior of like how we're supposed to treat each other. Like we're trying to legislate a world where should you have one night stands? Should you invite a chick over to your apartment that you barely know? Like this is just about like maybe we should be treating each other nicer. Maybe we should be a gentleman. Maybe men should be gentlemen. But it's like our thought process is, hey, I met you at the bar and I invited you over. I don't even know you. If you don't know that we're trying to fuck right now, what's going on here?
It's called personal responsibility on both sides.
Personal responsibility on both sides.
It's pretty obvious, too. Both sides are guilty.
But the problem is this. It's okay to have a moment of being like, yo, I don't want to do this. I mean, the problem is
this is going to create paranoia on a scale where think about this.
Where dudes just go, fuck it.
And also you might get accused of rape. Your life is over.
I know, man.
Your life is over.
At this point now, like
with an accusation.
Prostitutes are like, yes, bring it. Because dudes are like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just pay over here. I don't have to deal with it.
Well, yeah.
That's what James Harden did. Have you heard what James Harden did? He had this side piece, this girl, she was a former stripper, the greatest blowout ass you've ever seen. And he goes, I pay her a monthly fee. I fly her into where I'm at. It's just sex. She signed a contract. She can't press no charges. Good. There's nothing.
Good.
I do that, so I don't have to fuck with these other
and that's what happens. And you know who loses? Women on that.
Yeah, they do.
Women lose on romance, on all that stuff. It's not men. Men will figure out a way to adapt as usual.
Yeah, especially with the robots coming out.
This kind of insanity. That's a dum-dum right there. See her? That's a dummy.
It's because
that's
of
an ideologue and a dum-dum.
It's because of the few situations where this has been an issue.
I think the
exceptions.
Yeah, the exceptions have now become the rule.
Correct.
And it's like we're covering ourselves. This rule is the same reason why we got to take our shoes off when we go to the airport.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right.
You know, a lot of it's also, I have to say, though, I have to say that
FTSA.
When you have a man who brags about grabbing women by their pussies, right? And a man who brags about essentially assaulting a woman, right? And then when I heard that as a man, I went, I'm a bro, but I went, oh, you're done, bro. You're done. You just signed your... And he didn't get disqualified. Oh, and then he became president.
That's why I'm so upset.
And so women go, and a lot of people
they can't touch him.
They get terrified.
Yeah,
they went. Wait a minute, this is terrifying.
He's also untouchable. So they went, all right, that's the culture.
There you go.
And then
so you can understand that reaction for a lot of Me Too advocates was like, look, we're in a war here. If this guy's going to get elected president of the United States and he's bragging about grabbing a woman, but
even though I still don't feel that he meant it like that.
Still,
I feel like he meant it like a euphemism.
But he didn't.
It's a locker room. I give him passwords.
If I said to you guys, you're fighters. If I said to you guys, I hit it last night.
Sure.
Do you think I meant I hit it?
Yeah.
No. It's a euphemism for like what.
But remember what he said. He goes, I just start kissing him. I grab him by the pussy and they let you if you're a star.
At the time he did that, he was the billionaire Donald Trump who was like...
Who was going on Howard Stern.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was going on Howard Stern talk about how he'd fuck waitresses in L.A. because they're hotter than anyone else.
But you and I both said, we have friends. We're friends with some guys.
But I don't know people that talk like that.
But right, we both were like, I don't know anybody actually would say that. I
grew up in locker rooms. I didn't hear a lot of that.
No. Well, first of all...
So that was even shocking to guys like us. So all of a sudden we go... And you didn't get disqualified.
But I also didn't go, oh, he's a rapist.
No.
I went, that's a creepy old dude.
It was just surprising.
Who's fucking a ton of girls.
Right, we're very reactionary.
It was surprising that 54% of white women voted for him anyway. That's how much they hated Hillary. But I'm just saying, for a lot of Me Too advocates or women who had suffered a lot of that shit, a lot of women went, oh my God, it's really bad.
Release the hounds.
That's all.
Release the hounds.
Well, this is consequences of the decisions of, the white establishment for, 100 years, man. I mean, this is like, unfortunately...
It's consequences for human behavior when there are no consequences. So when you have any group of people who are in power...
White privilege is real, man. It's real. When people act like that's not a thing, male privilege is real, white privilege is real. This is real. This is a thing and we don't realize it when we're knee deep in it. I'm a man. So I look at this and we think the same thing. We're like, come on. I'm not raping a chick, but we're in the middle of a thing.
The world's safer for us?
Yeah. The world is safer for us.
We don't have to worry about the same things.
Yeah, the world is a lot safer, a lot safer and a lot easier. And I'm starting to be like, okay, I get it. That's why, like, so many times these things happen in the news and I want to fire off a tweet in the male defense in a way. Yep. Like, there's no due process anymore. And I go, let me get out of this because, you know what? 100%. They never have had the due process for these.
Well, the question is, everybody wants to make the world more equitable. The question is, how do we do it?
And no, the real question is, should it be? You know, like, we're not created the same. Well, we're obviously different.
Well, you're talking about a hierarchy of competence. So if you're competent, if you're a good comic, you should get stage time. It's not like you go in, because now they're doing this. They're going, wait,
we got to find a woman.
They're literally doing this. They're going, there aren't enough women or gay people or genderqueer on stage.
Or black or white. Or
whoa.
Everything.
Funniest wins, bro. And that takes years. This art form takes forever. I don't give a shit what you look like. If you
survival
make me
of the fittest. That's professional sports. That's professional entertainment.
Yeah, but guess what?
Hollywood's a little different.
You know, but they're all moving in there. But the idea is, let's go in and equalize, not opportunity. Let's equalize.
You know, the thing is, I wish that comedy worked the way. The reason why I love sports, because it's an elitist system. Mm-hmm. There is no one cares what color you are. If you're the best athlete, you can visibly see it, and you go, "Well, I get why this guy is making all the money."
Yeah, no one's turning to the NBA going, "Why are they all black?"
Yeah, like, we get it. We get it. Okay,
you know why?
So, like, in entertainment, it doesn't work like that. Like, listen, I watched this girl special on Netflix. This one everybody's talking about. Everybody's going raging over it.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Hannah gets.
Listen, for me, I didn't laugh one time. Okay, and that's okay. It's not that
doesn't mean it's not good.
It doesn't mean it's that's her thing.
Well, that was more of a one-woman show.
But the things I'm hearing being written about it, I read something that said it is what was it like? She took the chance not to be funny. Okay, like, you know, here's my thing. If I'm watching a sporting event and a dude shoots 3 for 15 in the championship,
he's not athletic.
He didn't do well.
You assume he's athletic.
I'm just saying he didn't do well.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's okay to be like, well, that guy didn't have a good one.
He fucked up.
He had
an off night.
He had an off night. But
everyone was watching.
I wouldn't be writing going like, oh wow, the bravery
to take a chance,
to take those shots that he missed.
Take chances.
It's like, hey, maybe the shots were wide open. He just missed them.
Yeah.
That should be okay to be like, well, I didn't find this funny. I'm having a struggle trying to figure out what is our business turning into. Like what happened to, like, what I'm saying is take a tough subject, and the point of it is we're supposed to try to make people laugh and be entertaining. I think that's what I think, and I think that's changed.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that, Eric. I still think if it's funny, if I'm
up here being funny and entertaining, and somebody's looking at me like, they're looking at everybody else and being like, you know, all these other white faces they get.
No,
you know,
but I think that girl's special, whether you like it or not, whether she ate dicks or it's killing it, and you have a special on Netflix. I don't think it's going to steal any shine away from real comics who are trying to be funny.
I think with Hannah Gadsby,
you know what I'm saying? There's so much content out there.
I watched that special.
There's a lane for her.
Right.
It's not for me.
Right.
It's not for me.
No.
I totally agree with you. Like, especially the comedy is so saturated right now. It's like
Netflix just greenlit 61 comedy specials.
Yeah. Well,
but I watched that special and I talked to you about it. And for me, I found it very uncomfortable to watch because she's coming after people like me. But I have to say, I'm glad I watched it. And
did you find it funny, Brian?
No. So here's what I was going to say.
So then I'm with Eric on this.
Value.
If I hear comedy special, I turn into it, and it's a TED Talk.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
So here's what it was. It had a lot of value, but here's what I have to say about it. She's a comic and she's very comfortable and very adept at killing a room. She's been doing it a long time. Uh-huh. However, she said, the comedy, I can't really do comedy anymore because it's not going to allow me to tell my story. Now, what I thought it was a great piece of theater.
Right.
I didn't think it was comedy. I thought it was a great piece of theater. Very uncomfortable for me. I had to sit. I squirmed. But I'm really glad I saw it because I found it very inspiring, actually, and with a lot of value. Not comedy, but great theater.
But my thing is, like,
theater.
I totally appreciate 100 that sentiment. And I'm looking at these specials now from people that are my friends. Like Gerard Carmichael is one of my best friends.
Love him. He's hilarious.
You know, but he doesn't like comedy. He doesn't. You talk to him, he'll tell you that.
He's so
like,
smart.
He's like, I hate comedy.
He's
you
so
know?
smart.
So he did this kind of sort of vulnerable, in the round, talking about things in a way that was like, oh, this is different. I said it was like a symposium. I was like, this is a conversation with Draw Carmichael, as opposed to like
Different than TED Talk because it's emotional.
Yeah, it's emotional.
Yeah.
I'm from an era where like this was like, here's this funny person dealing with a really hard subject, and they're presenting it in a package that makes me laugh and think.
That's the problem. The way it's packaged.
We're coming to this thing where we're saying, no, we don't care about that package of entertainment or humor. We just want the vulnerability.
Right. That's on Netflix, though.
But I say this, though. I say it's everywhere, man.
That's why it's theater, not comedy.
But I say, like, if I look at the I Have a Dream speech from Martin Luther King, I could say the same things about that speech. But if I put it on Netflix and labeled it comedy special, I better fucking laugh.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree 100% there.
And look, I had 2 specials now, and I know some people look at my special and be like, well, I didn't think that was funny. But then you at least know I was trying to be funny.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
You're trying to make people laugh.
If you just didn't like it, okay.
But if I'm Carmichael, or if I'm who's the lady?
Gatsby.
If I'm Hannah Gatsby, I wouldn't package it as a comedy special. I'd go, the goal here was comedy special. That's not what this is.
She kind of did say that.
She did.
What's cool? Yeah, it's cool about it.
But then it's still labeled in the. But what's in the comment section?
I have to say, she's kind of brilliant.
She's very smart.
But
my problem's not with her.
Yeah, I know.
He's not saying that.
I know it's not.
My problem's not with her.
I know
at
what you're
all.
saying.
My problem is with these people who are supposed to be the safeguards of comedy.
Yeah.
My people are all these bloggers and all these people who are writing about comedy in a way that it has nothing to do with comedy anymore. They've hijacked it. They've taken over this fun art
up
form.
tragedy. That's a great way to put it.
You know?
That's a great way to put it. It was stand up tragedy.
But we used to do one.
I gotta watch it.
Whoopi Goldberg did a tragic one woman show.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah, so it's like.
Did you ever see Whoopi Goldberg? What got Whoopi?
I've seen her stand up. I've never seen that.
No,
one.
what got Whoopi to become Whoopi?
T-shirt over her head. Yeah, man.
Her first special, when nobody knew who she was, and her name was Whoopi Goldberg. She would bring you up laughing, and then she'd fucking kill you.
Yeah,
with
so
drama.
this is not a new thing.
It ain't.
But what I'm saying is, I think that they're trying to say, well, like, as if like being funny is somehow bad. It's the whole alternative comedy movement. It's like this whole idea of like, if you're a mainstream comic, like you're doing something horrible, you're doing something bad, like just because people are enjoying you, it's like, it's a weird thing.
I thought that the liability, Eric, I thought the liability with Nanette, with Hannah Gatsby, was that she was very, very prejudicial without realizing it. So she goes, why are male comics angry? Like, she was laughing about it. You have no right to be angry, essentially. Wow.
That's not fair.
Well, that's not fair at all, because you have no idea. Because maybe your dad beat the shit out of your mom in front of you. Maybe your dad beat the shit out of you. Yeah. Maybe you got raped. Yeah. There are a lot of reasons. I know a lot of comics who had it hard and are angry and were soaked in shame themselves.
Makes some great comics.
Not knowing your dad.
Yeah,
that's what makes some great comics.
Watching,
I don't know any comic worth of salt who had it easy, and it was all chaos growing up.
But here's the thing, though. This is the time for this too. This is the thing we're talking about. So like, as guys, we're guys, and we're talking like, this is male privilege right here. So now we have to sit here and we have to give women their time, their due. This is the time for us to not have to have anything to do with it.
This is just art, man, and it's disturbing, and it should be. That's why I appreciated her hour. I very much appreciated what she did. I think she's brilliant. I think her 1 hour had value. I'm still trying to figure it out emotionally in my head, and I'm still trying to make sense of it.
That's the point of it.
And in that sense, she's a huge success, because for me, like, my wife was like crying and she loved it, and she goes, "What do you post about it?" I go, "I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it," because a lot of ways, my 1 hour that I'm about to shoot is
same thing.
Is the same thing, but also a bit of a rebuttal to this. And it's not that it's right wing or left wing, but it's a rebuttal to it. And I've been spending a lot of time thinking about this.
It's hard. You know what? Let me tell you what the Me Too movement has done for me. It has made me more thoughtful.
Me too.
It's like, I had jokes about Trump when it was first coming on, when he first was coming in office, not in defense of him, but just saying like, hey, it's not his fault. He was the best candidate in the Republican Party. And like, and then it came to a point where like he won, and then people were angry and people felt uncomfortable. Then I was like, oh, I can't talk about this anymore. And then like, we're so sensitive in society right now that it's like, we're out here just trying to tell jokes. Like I had this woman I was at the Comedy Store and she tweeted at me. I was just working shit out. It's the Comedy Store. We're working shit out. You know, it's not always going to be good. But she tweeted this at me. I would rather take whatever the date rape drug is. What's the name of the
Hypnorol?
GNB?
No, GHB.
She said, I'd rather take GHB than watch your comedy. I had a tweet ready to go that said, then you're prepared. You're perfectly ready to go fuck yourself. You know? I had that ready to go.
Yeah.
I didn't send it.
Yeah.
And I tried to engage with her, and then
there's a lot of anger out there.
She got personal. She got nasty,
Yeah.
and I was like, let me bow out of this.
Yeah.
But my point is, that makes it hard to just want to go up and do misogynistic, sort of like fun, you know, humor, like, you know, even if it's misdirection stuff, it's like there's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
But now we're out here and like this has made us be like, well, you got to be more thoughtful about what you talk about.
Yeah.
See, you know? And it's okay. Look, people say you should be able to joke about anything. And my answer to that is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's right. Look, man, that's a very good point, and it's made me more thoughtful too, and it's made me more aware of my impact because I never had any consequences as a man, like most of us. We did whatever we wanted, and now there's some recourse because there was always a male whisper network, which was she's a bitch and you never get a job again. Yeah. Now, when you're an asshole, the women go, you know what? That guy's I don't like being alone with that guy.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's good. And I want to reiterate my point right now is I have nothing wrong with this lady. I think what she did is like she got her message out. She's making people think.
Stand up tragedy.
And
she's doing something right. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it, and I get that. And I have no problem with her. But it's like the people that are supposed to be the safeguards, supposed to be like they're trashing everyone else as if there's no value in any other kind of comedy.
That's right, brother.
And there's value in every type of comedy. Yes. There's value in a guy going up talking about guy shit.
It's bigoted.
It's bigoted.
Yes,
like, you know, it's like my last special I just came out with American Warrior on Showtime. I was talking about Christians. And like some of them are closed-minded. And I get these people hitting me up talking about, hey, man, why don't you talk about Muslims? Why don't you talk about this and that? And I go, hey, I'm talking about what I know.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school. My family's full of closed-minded, hateful Christians. So those are the people I'm going to talk about. Yep. It's not up to me to make you feel comfortable about what I'm talking about, to frame it for you. It's for you to look at what I say, agree or disagree, and laugh in the process.
And
that's what it's supposed to
be
the
about. The enemy is not a category of people. It's not straight white men or anybody else. It's ignorance. It's ignorance.
Yes. And this is exactly. This is why I say like what happened like this, that whole Aziz situation. Yeah. I think it's one of these things. That's what I'm saying. Is like, you know, you're a star, you're famous. Hey, when I was first coming up in Workaholics, I was with some chicks that would have pepper sprayed me 7 years before. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, what am I doing in this situation?
Yep.
But I feel comfortable I feel comfortable in like, I can read people. Yeah. Like I feel comfortable, like I know when like.
You pick up on shit.
I pick up on like, oh, this chick's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel comfortable being around there alone with this chick. Mm-hmm. But now, because of everything, now I'm going to be like, even if I don't feel that, well, also I have a girlfriend. So,
mm-hmm. But if you were single,
you'd be out there now because of all this. I'm going to be like, nah.
No.
I'm cool. Yeah. I don't know you.
Yep.
You know, and that's going to take away from those women who are comfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
Those women who are they got wherewithal. They know how to handle themselves in a situation. They know the difference between being a pervert and being like flirty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like Geraldo had a thing about like he said, you know how many people have gotten married from working together?
Right.
They're going to take that away.
Yeah, they are.
You know, that's going to go away.
Romance dies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
guys are scared.
You can't legislate.
We'll find a way, though.
You can't legislate.
They'll adapt, like you said.
Yes.
They'll adapt.
I say this all the time. You cannot legislate how we act as human beings.
But you know what? There will be blowback. There already is blowback, and a lot of women feel the same way. A lot of women are blowing back. There are a lot of women are like, whoa, because this country is always a work in progress. It's an idea. We're always waxing and waning. But
you know when you go, we had this sexual harassment seminar for I'm Dying Up Here. You have to. They have to. They all do it now.
Yeah. Everyone has.
Every day, a lawyer comes in and they talk to you about this. But even we
did in here with Brian.
When you talk to a lawyer about sexual harassment, this is a statement they always say. You know it when you see it.
That's not true.
No. Because there's no way to define it.
Yeah.
No, look, what I'm saying
is like pornography. Like the
yes.
Supreme Court justice said, I don't know how to define it, but I know it when I see it.
This is true. It's a true
Porno
thing.
is very black and white.
No, I'm telling you, but to some right-wing Christian, Victoria's Secret might be considered porno.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? So what I'm saying, though, is like, and I feel this way about oversensitivity, too. I think that when you're super sensitive about things and you're like, you know, you're on a pulpit of like, you're wrong, you're mansplaining, you're this and that. I know what I see right now is you're being a little outrageous.
This is why George Washington said one of the most important virtues in society is civility, so that you can listen to the other side and not surround yourself with people who see the world the way you do and give the other side the finger. Civility is the way you share ideas, and you have what's called idea sex. You put ideas together and you come up with a better solution. And civility is a very important thing, and we've lost a lot of it in the public square, man.
And on the man side of this, this is what I was saying earlier, we've lost being a gentleman.
Correct.
Like we've lost this thing where like we should treat all women with respect and love. And
some women,
when
you're in bed with them,
that's a whole different thing.
They
Check it out.
Different rules in the bed sex.
No.
Different rules.
Here's my point, though.
I'm
just saying, though, but no, I'm glad you said that because what I'm saying is the journey to find out if a chick is a freak is where we need to be gentlemen.
But also,
when we get there, it's fine.
But the other thing,
figure it out.
The other thing that can't be lost,
getting there is where we're having a problem.
The other thing that can't be lost is that Hannah, one of the biggest moments in her life was when she got the shit beat out of her by this straight white male, ignorant piece of shit. What she should know is that there are a lot of straight white males like this guy, like that guy. Like I'm sure you're not a white male, but there are a lot of straight white males that I know that if I saw that guy beating up on her because she's a gay woman like that, I can promise you on my fucking life, I can say this, and I hate when people say I'll beat his ass. I'll tell you right now, or I'm not. I would be on that motherfucker's back trying to choke him or take his fucking eyes out.
I feel you.
So there are a lot of dudes that a lot of these straight white males who would come to her defense too.
The majority.
So anyway, enough of that. But the point is, your points are really well taken.
Yeah, really good points.
Really well taken.
What else you got, Chin?
This is a little weird one, creepy one. Have you heard of extreme embalming?
Extreme embalming? What is it?
Damn.
So when someone dies, instead of just a regular open casket funeral type of thing, sometimes these families,
100%.
Bro,
I want to be on stage. I want to have a fucking mic in my hand.
That's exactly what they do.
I want to have a mic in my hand.
Yeah.
I want to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, this is brilliant.
So this guy,
he loved
was really
Doritos?
into games.
Brian's
Those
mouth
are
will
his
be
favorite
closed.
snacks.
You want to see those teeth?
He liked to wear slippers, those socks. So his family did that.
Dude, this is dope.
And then this one, she liked drinking scotch and beer
With a cigarette?
with a cigarette. That's her.
You know what this is?
embalmed.
I
It's
can
only
see-
why is it only black people, though?
There's different ones. It changes up here. Where's another black one?
Oh, he loved superheroes?
This is a
Superheroes.
black people thing? Yeah, what's going on? This is like...
So far, three.
and it must not be that expensive.
I'm not comfortable.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna-
All the hate mail is going to come now.
His name's Renato Garcia, so he might be Brazilian.
Whatever, bro.
Puerto Rican.
Are there no white guys doing
Here we go. I think this guy's Spanish or Mexican.
I don't.
He was
Why
a
did
cab
you put a
driver.
car like that?
He was a cab driver.
Oh, okay.
He's a cab driver?
Yeah.
Why are you freaked out? Why are you freaked out?
It looks like a set on fucking Universal Studios. Or
I don't like this extreme bombing. What about
Keep
somebody?
going.
What
about
if you die with someone? It's like,
what
are
if,
you guys...
what if you're a porn star?
Yeah.
Are you
If the family
just
wants
like a
it.
dildo.
Yeah.
There's only one more, and it's this guy.
Oh,
It's just dressing him in his favorite clothes, I guess.
Well, my thing is
I think
this.
that's a better way to go. Then
I know,
the
but
casket.
But that kid looks like he was probably in a wheelchair or something.
yeah. Yeah.
He's got that like
Stephen Hawkins vibe.
If I was in a wheelchair, I would want to make sure I was like embalmed, like I was dunking a basketball.
Yes.
Like I'm hanging on the rim like Shaq. You know?
I'd run this like just some cool shit.
You know what this is? This is a sign of the change of times. This is another sign
No,
that
this
like,
is old,
when you know you're old.
Extreme bombing has been around.
Has it?
Yeah.
But not like this. Dress them in swag.
Indonesia, they've been doing it for millennia. You know, I mean, you have them and they basically are mummified and they sit there and they just basically stay mummified.
What, can you keep them at home? That kind of thing?
No, these as soon as the fucking funeral's over, they take them and burn them. They don't stay like this. They're not mummifying them.
They bury them.
Or they,
You are mummified. You know how embalming works?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
They drain you of all your blood and organs and then they fill you with an embalming fluid.
Yes.
It's a good time.
You can't.
See, I want people taking selfies when I'd want like.
I saw my grandfather
like-
embalmed. I was like, that ain't my grandfather.
Yeah.
Get the
Oh
fuck
no
out
way!
of here.
I remember seeing my grandpa. He was all like fucking
Makeup and shit. I was
no.
like, nah, man.
But it's all. I mean, they're the
I
worst,
hate
and they dress them like assholes, and they're stiff. They're the
I
thing.
don't want, you know what I don't like? I'm saying when people die, I don't
wanna see it.
Let me back up. It's like when you were talking about earlier, we've known each other a long time.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned in the comedy business, we know each other, but it's like we work at a super Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, we
don't
see each
know
other
we
in the
know
break.
each
We
other.
see each other in the break room.
Yeah,
You know, but you're over in produce. I'm over in mechanics.
Yeah.
And we see Brian, what's up, man? We might have a conversation at one of the racks. Where
That's
we're just
a
passing,
great- that's a great-
You know?
it's a
But we
great
don't really
reference.
know each other, and it's not till major events happen in people's lives that's when I know that I'm somebody's friend.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been invited to a number of weddings that I thought I was this guy's friend.
Right.
You know,
That's how you know.
That's how you know. So, you know, it's the same kind of like,
I know exactly what you mean.
you know what I mean? So it's like, here we are. Who knows what people.
I celebrate this though. I'm so down for this.
on the stage
Yeah.
with a mic.
This is dope. What
But,
else you got?
but it's like what I was trying to say was when like a comic dies and I don't know him, I'm not going to the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be up here like doing benefit. Like when remember that one kid died, Angelo?
No.
Oh man, this was a kid. He was on the open mic circuit. He was just about to that's the thought everybody had that he was going to blow up, and you know. And then they had all these benefits for this stuff, and I just didn't go to him because I was like, I don't know him.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
fair.
know him.
That's fair.
And I didn't want to be like, I felt like, how
No,
how people
then you
become
felt phony. You feel
people become
phony.
sad junkies. People become like,
No.
like when things happen, they go
No,
like,
because you know what? Sometimes when people die, you're not sad at all. You know,
You don't know them.
Yeah, you go.
People die all the
it's terrible.
time.
Pass the salt.
No, people die all the time. Like, damn, that's crazy. Anyways,
Yeah.
like shit happens.
but I feel bad about some of the people that just recently died that like I did know. And then it was like, damn, what do you do? Like, it really was like,
Siddiqui? Did you know
like when I knew Siddiqui. When I
Great guy.
first started in 2004, we were in a contest together in Seattle. We did the
6'4"
Seattle
could do a standing backflip.
at 40. You know,
He passed away?
Yeah, he just passed away. So I thought I was
Great
like,
guy.
But I was like thinking about it. It made me think about like, damn, am I checking in with the people I consider my friends?
Yeah.
Am I checking in with them? Like, what would happen if I died? Who would know? Who would be involved? It's like, damn, you got to really look at your circle and be like, who's in your circle? For me, it's harder because I'm an only child. My parents, my mom and my stepdad, they just moved to Spain like 2 years ago. Damn. So it's just like right now I'm here like, damn, I'm here by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I always tell my mom I lost my emergency contact.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Not
those are the
your
kind of
young
things you got to
girlfriend.
start. Yeah. Now I have a new one, so it's like, but still, you're
Comics, they say, need home.
Yeah.
They need that. Like Jay Leno was saying, most comics stay married forever because that's their base. They
Yeah,
come
you
back.
need it.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
I feel like I'm a better person because of Rachel. I feel like she's like made me be like I had to be more thoughtful about my emotions and like blowing up and like being like and then here's this person, this other human being. I have to deal with thoughts and ideas.
Love it.
So
What else you got, Jen?
Once more?
Maybe one more.
All right,
Let's not end on the dead people.
This one, I don't know if it's a big deal, but so the co-creator of Deadpool had tweeted out to Russell Crowe like he wanted him to read for the actor Cable or the character Cable.
Right.
The one that Josh Brolin ended up playing.
And Kill was like the biggest movie of the summer.
Yeah. Apparently Russell Crowe was offended by it.
That they even offered it to him?
That they wanted him to read for it, to audition.
Oh, he
for
wanted
it.
the part right away.
Yeah.
But I guess that's
This ain't
in that, if
1998.
you're that big of a deal, you don't want them to say, even though that's like a thing that we want you to read for it. It's you either have it or you don't, kind of deal. Is that right?
Yeah.
For a big actor
well,
like
when
Russell
you're
Crowe?
a huge actor like that, and they want you to come in and read, your idea is you've seen my body of work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Everything I
about.
do.
Well,
You know
first of
I
all,
do.
I'm 100 with that.
And-
I'm like,
yeah.
you want me or not?
Yeah.
Like, who's this for?
Because he's done enough body of
Yeah,
work.
they should just be
where
like-
they can be like, we know what he's about.
What it really should
That
be
makes
is a
sense.
conversation. Excuse me,
Although it's a
conversation.
superhero movie.
It should be like, hey, we want you to come in. We want to talk to you about this.
Yeah,
part.
how do you feel about
Nah,
it?
I think it's just bad wording. That's all.
Well, also
That's fair.
though, you know, sometimes they're like, well,
He's been
I
out
love
for
him,
a
I
grip.
love him, but they go,
We
I
haven't
don't know
seen
if
him in a
I don't know
while.
if he is right for the part. I have to see what he's going to bring
Yeah.
to the audience. I can't get him on.
Let us get our eyes on him.
Yeah.
Why
The
don't
last
you
thing
read
we
this?
saw,
Why don't you
you
read this as
Especially
Cable, and let's just see how you feel with
and
it.
you know why he's reading, right? Do you know why Russell Crowe is reading?
He's been out for a little bit.
Because Russell Crowe was difficult to work with.
Yeah.
And Russell Crowe made some
Fancy him
enemies.
like
And
Grandpa's old cough
And
medicine.
the business went, you take a seat now. Take a seat. And,
And
that's
this is
what
a
they do.
huge opportunity. Deadpool, we all knew was going to be fucking huge.
Well, he's also
Is that it,
fat
Chin?
now, right?
That's it.
Eric Griffin, you're a beast on the mic.
That was fun,
That
man.
was fun as shit.
Oh, yeah, thanks, guys.
You're awesome. What a fun
And we don't
time.
hate each other. I want everyone to know that.
Your brother, though, piece of shit.
My brother.
Your brother.
Jay's going to come strong.
Hey, come see me this weekend. Syracuse, before Talia Hall. Syracuse, I got Friday, Saturday at the Funny Bone.
Sounds
Come
like
and
you're
see
on
me.
sure.
man.
I'm at the Funny Bone in Atlanta
When?
this weekend.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Atlanta. I'm leaving tomorrow. Matt Rife, I'm taking Matt Rife with me.
Go see that dime piece in Eric.
You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
And he'll get the mothers, I'll get the daughters.
There you go. There you go.
That's what we always joke about.
1-2 combo, Doug.
Because he likes older women. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get the daughters, Rachel, if you're listening.
And I'm in Spokane Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, moving up, huh?
Spokane.
Moving up.
Spokane. And then first week of August, I'm at Cap City, Austin. Second week, Dallas. Those tickets almost sold out. TFATK.com. Also, we just released our vintage TFATK shirts, the Metallica themed ones. And Friday, our collab with Roots of Fight drops.
Oh, shit.
It's the vintage Boys of Summer shirt. Dropping with Roots of Fight.
Now,
Get at it. Shing.
No.
Eric Griffin, you're a beat.
Shing.
All right, bro.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. That was.
Cool.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
I didn't want to.
Whatever, Eric.
This is the Fine Kid. We're out.
That was fucking